level. Baby, are you honest and true? Come on, tell me now. I just gotta know if it's a yes or a no. Are you honest and true? Now come on, tell me now. I just gotta know. Are you on the level? Don't wanna have to see you walk away, but I don't wanna have to make you stay. Come on, I just gotta know. Are you honest and true? Now come on, tell me now. I just gotta know if it's a yes or a no. Are you honest and true? Now come on, tell me now. I just gotta know. Are you on the level?
Pause that and say welcome to the Discord. We are live, and now the Discord should be open for people in Discord to hear. We're going to go over a video from this morning, slight conversation. We got what we're going to be going over. We have been going over these problem questions or stuff for particularly for the flat earthers, but I mean most of us have these types of questions that we want to ask people, and it seems like you can't ask certain people, so we're going to be opening this place up for the idea that you can sort of ask questions. Nobody has the answer. Sometimes people can't have an answer. That's all right. What's the sound? It sounds okay. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're coming through okay on YouTube.
About you, because the mic's on a different channel. We need to make sure that Discord people are coming through. We can, and what we can do is we can separate all the sounds now. I've been playing about with this sort of stuff. Got less people watching now. Not going to be liking it, but we do this sort of stuff for us anyway. So, what we're going to be able to do is split these sounds off. So, if you want to come into the Discord, then that's what we're here for. Do somebody want to check that on the?
Yeah, yeah, you can hear the Discord people.
Sweet. Do you want to check the links?
I'm being driven right now, so I can't check myself personally, but maybe Kevin can.
Thank you. I already did. Thanks. You're a little late.
Exclamation NL. I might have to change that.
Yeah, that didn't work last time I was in, so let me try it now.
Yeah, no. I had to just reset it.
Yep.
No, that doesn't seem to have worked, does it? Yeah. See what the screen will. Let me check. Let me see if I can get to that. It says it's on there. I can't see why it wouldn't be.
It's probably because Kevin broke it.
No, Kevin can't break it. Don't have access to break it, but I would have if I had access. Thank you, NORAD.
It says that everyone can do it. Why is it not letting me update it?
I just copied it wholesale,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna
that
have to get
shortcut's
onto that
not working.
now. It doesn't seem to be.
Yeah.
Commands are used to trigger and they're not actually running at the minute, so.
If I thought I could get away with it, I'd blame NORAD for it, but
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
Okay, it doesn't really matter. I'll have to sort that out for everybody. Kevin and the YouTube chat should have a background on it, but it doesn't. Yeah. I'm gonna have to sort a load of that stuff out. Anyway, I'll sort that out. Right, we'll get into the video. Right, you guys don't need to see it. You guys do though, don't you? Is that showing? Can you see politics wrote on the screen there?
No. No, we see your command screen, and it says stream paused. There you go.
Hello.
That's it.
Okay, right. I've not really heard much of this. I did hear like about half an hour into it, I think. But I rewound it to find what we think is the beginning of this type of conversation. Now, I've said for a while, I think I said to somebody today, there's a very close-knit group of people in what I call the arena. And I'm not too sure, how people are meant to join it, because it's a very cliquey group. And what we're about to hear is part of that cliquey group and the reason why they're like that, and what it sounds like for people listening. Not many people do listen to it, but I mean, let me know how the sound works for you guys in YouTube. I don't know how far behind you are. Rave sounds on.
Okay, man, with that thrill.
And this.
It always does that. What was it for?
149.53, I think you had it at.
Yeah.
Running, I think, but it kind of gives context to how they get to where they get to.
Consensus does not
Yeah,
believe
that was
God.
it.
I don't know how that works exactly.
So you tested his logic. Does he believe in God?
Apparently he doesn't believe in logic.
Oh, well. Yeah, yikes.
Okay, so this is
Fucking, is he still here?
Yeah, he's still here. He's talking in his DMs like he was earlier. Thinks we don't know.
Classic.
It's sort of
Classic.
thing they've been doing for a couple weeks now, right? They get unmuted, but because they're talking in another chat, they don't realize they're unmuted.
So is it possible
It's
for
been
them
happening
to
for a
see
few
your
days now,
DMs?
like a week or so.
See DMs?
He was talking about some guy was there, they were talking in his DMs, he doesn't think we can see it, he said. So I wondered whether they're able to see.
Don't know whether they can see DMs.
No, that's why I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me, but obviously if they can't do that, that's not what was meant. It's okay.
So, yeah, you're unmuted, Master O'Brien. You can tell your friends that are coaching you to fuck off. Anybody else notice this been happening all week?
Yeah. Yeah, they come in with the same talking points as each other. Or they'll come in doing like a bit. Remember, what was it, yesterday? That trans weirdo came in with that 304 and you caught on to that right away. You're like, dude, we're not doing this 1-2 fucking whatever you guys are doing.
Somebody came in with the 304. Anyone know what that is? Do we know? Have we got to keep
Yeah, I don't know.
everybody
Oh,
up to date with the code?
yeah, I wondered too what the 304 was. I thought it was some internal kind of code between them. I guess it is, but well,
Yeah,
it might be more
they
widely
might know.
known. But I thought,
Does anybody
yeah, I
else
just thought it
know
was
here?
one of their mod codes.
Anyone else aware?
24/7 beta code, maybe?
Yeah, are you 304? You know, there's like a Mercedes, right? So it could be a brand of car, and they could be mechanics, and there could be this 304 came in with a transmission problem.
Back in the day when we had pagers, 304 used to be a code you would send somebody if they were a hoe.
Ah, there you go. That
There
could
we
be more
go.
like it, and but I don't know what that transmission part of it would be. You know, maybe
Yeah,
reading
well,
it.
the transfer, I don't know, trans, something trans
Yeah.
anyway, and maybe a colloquial hoe.
Yeah, it's
Probably not for your garden.
It's calculator code, that, isn't it? Like boobies.
Yeah. Oh, right, upside down, or
Yeah. 304s.
turn your calculator
Yeah.
up, down, upside down. Kids used to do it at school. Look at this. Right in 80008. It says boob.
But luckily, these sharp guys here had spotted this Mercedes with a transmission problem.
And the
Yeah.
bullshit.
Fucking poorly written skit, dude.
Hey everybody! Like, I have a question. I have some evidence. Like, bitch, what are you doing out of the kitchen?
Dude,
Oh,
man, you don't want to know if she cooks, man. Be hot pockets forever.
PB and J's and some garbage shit. Probably with the long nails. Ugh. You know what? Just stay in the club, 304. I mean, come on now. All
Right,
right,
man. Go do your 3 a.m. booty call to Chad and your Uber.
to Chad.
I remember back when CB used to accommodate all the bitches that come in here, but now.
so this is a serious chat, right? You have to stick to the topics whenever you go in there. You're not allowed to ask them questions that are off topic or anything like that. Weird, isn't it?
So, yeah, what did he say there back in the day? CB used to do something with the bitches. What was?
Let me check.
Did you make out what that was?
Yeah, let me just check.
Because that's been some stories we've heard about. The relationship between some of these guys and the women in the arena.
Yeah.
3 a.m. booty call to Chad and your Uber.
to Chad.
I remember back when CB used to accommodate all the bitches that come in here, but now he's a little more.
Accommodate? Did he
He
say?
used to accommodate all of the bitches.
All the
CB.
bitches who came in here back in the day. CB, that's Creation Bear.
Is it?
Who? CB? Yeah.
That's back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
how
in there.
long's this been going on for then? This is
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how long he's.
Or are they talking about old school?
This is in 24/7 politics. Yeah. But I know CB Creation Bears. I mean, they're back in their home server, but I don't know his history or how long he's been around. But he seems to have accommodated all the bitches back in the day, so that must have been quite a thing. Because it seems somebody else knows about it, and they have a little chuckle. So it must be a thing amongst the boys.
Yeah. I can't remember Creation Bear from, back at 24/7, but I mean, it might have been. How far back does Creation Bear go?
Or maybe
anybody else? Who else?
I don't know. Was he hooking up with Jedi? Was he hanging out with Jedi at any time? Or?
Emma, can you remember Creation Bear? CB?
Creation Bear was, I think he was just getting there as we left.
In 24/7, the original.
Yeah.
So he was accommodating all of the bitches. Pity you missed out on that.
Well, he's young. I think he's about 30. They were saying, maybe even in this may mention it.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about age. I think it was somebody's birthday. But, yeah, so he's quite young, even in this.
There's no other CBs or anything, was there? Is there any other C? I think there was a CJ, wasn't there? I can remember. I think.
Do not
Oh, look,
mention
you see his-
CJ because they will lose their minds. Remember,
No,
Bev?
not that one then. Not C. Sorry, not CJ. CB.
Yeah,
You've got to
so we never heard
pretend.
that.
You've got to pretend that you never heard that. CJ does not
Yeah,
exist
sorry.
in 24/7.
Sorry. Forget I even mentioned that.
Yeah. What was that? C what? Oh, never mind. Yeah, see if his name pops up there on the screen creation bit. I'm pretty sure he's there. You know when
I don't know.
if he speaks.
This is a no simp zone. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
We
No
went full
simp zone.
misogyny. We went
All
full
right.
misogyny.
TV.
Respect. There we go.
Yo, you see Fresh and Fit fire those dudes the other night? Fire that chick?
Yes, yeah.
That shit was so
Dropped in a
funny.
misogyny
You're fucking
thing
done.
there.
Oh, I love it. Love it, dude.
Dude, so they went on that show.
What cartoons is Avatar from?
Oh, I don't know. It looks like some.
Yeah. I don't
It looks
know.
like
It's
an
a bit like
anime.
Tintin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a.
It's not. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah.
I think that whole fucking thing was staged. I think the people that they hired were fucking trying to take them down. I think that whole thing. So they're trying to ruin their reputation. Say, oh, you're fucking hiring people to come on your show. And the same shit happened on whatever. Did you see the shit with fucking Andrew?
Oh no, what happened?
Yeah, just,
So
like
they're
chick
talking
got in his
about
face
now.
and shit.
I think they're talking about Andrew Tate, the brothers, the Tate brothers. So I think this is what this refers to. So
like she tried to say the rape word right at the beginning of the fucking show.
Yeah.
So like if you have a stream and you say a swear within 30 seconds of it starting, you're automatically demonetized.
Damn.
The algorithm picks it up. She tried to do that crap right at the beginning, and they had told her, don't say this shit. And, like, said it before she came there, said it in an email, said it when they signed the fucking consent form. Like, they were telling her constantly, and she tried to do that shit. Then she ends up getting up and getting in Andrew's face and, like trying to provoke him to hit her or some shit. Just, like, it's just really funny. They did it on whatever, then the next day they're doing it. You know, the cancel culture shit, right? Trying to get people to do something stupid so they get canceled. Just bullshit,
Did he
dude.
just say try
Of
to
course.
provoke them to hit her?
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
So is Indio saying that like a little old woman like me could stand there and I don't know, just talk to him and provoke him enough that he's going to hit me?
Yeah, get him angry. You know how easy it is to provoke some
Yeah.
people into anger.
you know what these
To a
flat earthers are
rage.
like.
Yeah.
Oh,
They all
Like-
saying if they met you in a room, you
Yeah.
know, most people they say, if that was out in real life, there'd be some noses broken, there'd be bodies. They're always saying that.
Yeah, Blue
yeah, I
Marbles,
don't.
Sorry,
It,
Em.
it would be them as well, I think. But Mike in the chat has put no. They are talking about Andrew Wilson on the Whatever podcast, which
Okay.
there's a lot of clips out there online. They all sit round like a table and they have these
Yeah.
weird
That's
girls
the guy
on.
that talked to Fight the Flat Earth, is it? That Andrew Wilson.
Possibly.
Oh, maybe. Oh, well, that's good to clear that
Yes.
up. You know, that's
Yes,
just so
it
I
is.
presume. So glad to be put
Thank
right.
you, Mike.
That's fine.
That's not that far
Thanks,
away,
Mike, yeah.
is it? From us, right? It's Andrew Tate further away than Andrew
Probably.
Wilson,
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
these guys are just talking about secular, like religion sort of debates, but I mean, these flat earthers aren't. But I mean, they're talking about actual debaters, aren't they? So if they're watching that sort of stuff, then you know, good to know.
Of course. Wait, is that the girl that said something about Andrew's wife?
Yes, the one that said he was raping his wife because
Yeah, what a fucking.
because they like talked about like they'll wake each other up with whatever,
Yeah.
and he characterized him doing it as rape.
Good lord, dude. These freaking
Yeah, dude.
liberals, bro.
She was, but Rachel was talking about it, not just him. They were both talking about it together, like it's just fucked up. and she tried to turn it into something it wasn't. And then they told her don't talk about it on the show, and she fucking immediately went there.
They'll probably sue her. And they probably can for damages for non-monetization.
I mean, if they like, those waivers work a lot of different ways, man. Like, I'd actually have a stipulation that if you intentionally sabotage the show, you fucking liable for damages.
Woke cancel culture idiots. Byron had a really good take on like liberals today that could have applied really well to global.
From 24/7, isn't it? They don't like cancel culture, but if you go in there and say a sentence they don't like, you are muted and banned.
Yeah.
So they do their own cancel culture. Yeah.
Yeah, much more extreme than anywhere else you'll find, out in the world. You don't here in this world you can get, cancelled after 4 words. So they are pretty hot on the cancel culture. In fact, they've honed it to a fine detail. They're pretty clever at it. Got it down.
Yeah.
Did not clip it. Kind of fucked that up. He's had some really good clips recently. I need to get my clip cord on and start saving this stuff. He talked about flat Earth recently.
Dude, there is this weird mindset, dude, though. That is it's like a common thread mindset that I see on all the platforms, right? And it applies to political issues. It applies to, say, evolution, theism versus atheism. That there's like this fucking mental disorder, like where people have the inability to actually apply any type of logic or critical thinking.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Might be a bit of a common thread. And then when they can't take any criticism or questioning, they just ban and mute people. I've noticed that, loads of that sort of stuff.
They make associations that are unjustified. They use all sorts of logical fallacies. They deflect. They change the topic. They fucking tone police. They do all these fucking gimmicks. And it's like, it's not just in this topic. It's in all sorts of topics. Any contentious topic you look at on the internet, it's like one side engages like honestly, and the other side is just a bunch of fucktards, dude. It's fucking weird.
It's a bit of a honest review of how they work, isn't it? From what I've seen recently, anyway. It's a.
So do you think they were the guys with the honest debate side?
No, they're not. No.
I think they are, though.
Well, they might do, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty obvious this is what they have to resort to, these sort of conversations, because nobody can go in there and have a conversation. It's pretty obvious.
Facts.
Could do with a pop filter as well, there.
It makes me think that there are different types of people, or like there's different, like you're cut from a different cloth type of thing. I don't think everyone.
Well, this might be like a new discovery, man. Like, because the internet, the people's interaction, this is different than in the past, right? Because you're interacting with like I can interact with fucking 1,000 people in a week. That would never happen like fucking 20 years ago. I wouldn't interact with 1,000 people in a fucking year. Even if I met a lot of people. Like say I was a salesman, I wouldn't meet 1,000 people in a year.
Wow, he's being honest, right? This is Indio, the guy. I always remember Indio for telling me about the file he has on you, Emma. That's what. Whenever I think of Indio, I think that's the dude that told me that he had a file on Emma.
What file was that then?
I don't know. I didn't want to know about it, but I mean,
how long ago was that?
It was back when
beginning.
It was just before we left 24/7. But
2019, would it be something like that?
But
So had you
what had
knowing,
happened? What had
Hmm.
happened is one of the mods in there harassed me, and he was known for doing it. And when I put my foot down and was like, no, he started sort of stalking and going around telling everybody he'd made a file on me. So this originated from a guy that used to get drunk and harass people 24/7, a moderator. And it was fine. Nothing ever happened. I reported it to the admin. I was supposed to do that kind of thing. But when they decided I wasn't going to play their game, they used it to try and get Bev to never talk to me again.
Yeah, it was on Twitter for me, right? Whatever was happening with Emma in the Discord, right? That was in Discord. So Indio was trying to talk to me to stop me from talking to Emma on Twitter. And I'm like one of those people. I was like, I need to talk to Emma, right? Rather than listening to what Indio was saying, it made me want to talk to Emma and realise that, there was something serious going on about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of I mean, so some guy had some obsession or whatever, and then kind of vindictively says he has a list on you. But for that to become something that other people have, and you not knowingly having done anything that would warrant keeping a list, it kind of plays into that sedition thing, doesn't it? Really, that we were talking about before.
That's what
Well,
I was thinking about. I was thinking. Oh, go on. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say it started with a moderator, right, which is bad enough. But then Indio as an admin, and the other four of the admins, they all used it. So it wasn't just Indio. They took this thing that I'd reported as bad behaviour from a mod, and then used it against me themselves as admins of the server.
How did they use it against you, and what form did that take?
It was a threat. So they went to Bev, and they went to because when we left 24/7, we went to another server. We set up on our own, and they didn't like it. So they went to all the people around me and tried to hand off this file, or I got called all sorts of names that they were going around Twitter and everywhere talking about me. Really strange.
Yeah, they wanted to shut down the story that Emma was obviously able to tell, and make sure that there was nobody around that was able to listen, because they'd already heard the other side of, well, whatever the manufactured story that Indio was trying to do. Or
so I guess
I experienced Indio.
Yeah, so I guess that because you didn't comply, Emma, in some sense, whatever that was, whatever compliance was, and then they obviously knew that you knew inside stuff, I guess. Did you? You would have known the inside knowledge of the workings of the system, if you like, and it was like a way to try and keep you quiet and control you. Because something that started out was a vindictive thing, in a sense, from one person, has grown to today into something where it seems that when you open your mouth that they quiver and shake and all sorts of bad shit goes on. So it's grown into, which I was talking about the other day, about sedition and turning that becoming heresy and treason, and I was reading about in Horatian times, the times of Henry VIII, that they've looked at a lot of these cases, and they started just like that, with somebody's, the local parson or the local landowner or somebody had a little bit of authority in the parish, was pissed off with you, you had a little bit of a dispute, and that grew and grew until suddenly, you were being hung, drawn and quartered for having offended the king.
Yeah.
But they all started in this way. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's somewhat sort of the story of Disco. I'm pretty sure most people would experience that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, I
At some
mean,
point.
I can see that. Yeah, it's only recently come to that awareness of that situation of what's coming. Through what's personally, I've been how I've been treated, not in a bad way in the sense of but just the way it's gone down. Yeah, and how that expands, and then looking at other people, like how things have happened for you, Bev, and now you've got this hate room of shame and stuff like that, and the stuff that M talks about, and you realise that there is this control regime going on, and there's some group that hold authority that if you offend them, you offend the god, or their king, whatever that might be, their high priests. A lot of these people act like high priests, particularly the guys talking now. They can preach, endlessly. So, yeah, interesting.
I just need to say this because it's reminded me.
Good.
The title of the show being Ladies' Night. Okay, so 24/7 started doing a Ladies' Night a few years ago. And funny enough, that happened to be after I had a chat with the woman who started it and told her that I wanted to start a ladies' night myself with, people across the whole arena. And within 2 weeks, 24/7 and this other woman had started their own ladies' night. And I did not get an invite, funny enough.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been saying for a bit that I think there should be more women in this, but then again, like once you learn what this arena is, you don't want anybody to be involved in it really, because it's not a nice place.
Do you have any sense, Emma, about what it is? Is it something about you, or something the way that is seemingly threatening to these people? Do you have a kind of
I think it
a
was.
handle on it?
Well, I think they realised they couldn't control me, and that I wasn't going to keep my mouth shut when I saw things that were wrong, because that's what they want. They want you to follow the rules, keep your mouth shut, and only say the right things that they want you to say. As soon as you go against that, they want you gone. And unfortunately, I can't keep my mouth shut when I see things that are wrong.
I guess there's a division, because you're a woman, it's a different perspective you have and awareness you have of it. But I guess it's the male female thing, the dominant male type situation. Is that where they're asserting their dominance in a masculine way? Do you think? Is it?
I'll tell you what I think it is.
Going on?
Emma's got a skill, or she's done a bit of it in college or whatever. Conflict management. She's very good at it, like very good at it, and I think they just get intimidated at how she has the ability. I mean, like she says, she will cause the conflict, but in order to resolve it, you have to be made aware of it. And Emma's not shy about doing that.
I'm not anymore. And I started to start with in 24/7. I was like everybody else, trying to find my way and being groomed into that. You do the right thing, you get rewarded. You don't do the right thing, you get punished. That is what 24/7 is. It's a weird system. And I got sucked into it at the beginning. But as soon as I started seeing things going wrong behind the scenes and calling them out, that was when everybody turned against me. Even the women in there, which there's still a couple now, I think, that still go in there from back in the day. And again, they're a part of it. They still continue to this day doing the same things.
And what are the rewards for compliance? I mean, status, is it? Status, power, kind of, I don't know, is there a hierarchical ladder kind of thing?
Yeah, you work your way up the ladder. So you start off at a basic role, you're just a nobody. And then you get rewarded the mods will hand out the next sort of roll up. So you'll go, I can't remember, was it like a bronze and then a silver and then a gold and then a gold plus? And then once you reach the gold plus, you were in line to get a moderator position when they became available.
So it was then that you had mod powers, or is that what that meant? You became a
Yes.
moderator at that? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And you got to see the back room, so the moderation room.
You like
text
a
chat.
lot of servers, you got access to different rooms as you
Yeah.
climbed the ladder, in a sense. The inner workings. I mean, we heard that last week on 24/7 Politics. They said, "Oh, come on, guys, we can have a go to the mod server and sort this hassle out." You know, so I thought, oh, okay, they've got another server where they all go to, and maybe discuss the seditious members of the Discord server and what they're going to do with them and how long they're going to ban them, or maybe they'll get rid of them altogether. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. So very much an establishment in a sense, really, just like any other.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's when I I sort of joined at that sort of time. You know, me just being innocent as well, and Emma discovering, you know, sort of things that going on in the underground, right? That I would never have experienced that. Do you know what I mean? Even if I'd have been around it, I'd have never have known what somebody like Emma was going through, because it's a different sort of thing. You know, women must go through a different sort of experience than us blokes ever could do.
And was your progression, was that different? Was this, you know, did you notice a difference between your progression and Emma's progression or position? You know, if you were in similar
we both got made mod at the
situations?
same time in like a weird sort of ceremony. I don't know. It was
Rolled
weird
up
the
your-
way
roll
me
up
and
your
Emma
legs.
sort of met and talked, and at the timing of it all was just really weird. The whole thing, and when I look back at those sort of times, it's like a dingy nightclub. You know, like there's no lights, there's no windows in the place. It's just dark,
a smoky, dark place. Yeah.
And I'm glad to be out of it, to be honest.
That's a nice insight, anyway.
Right, here we go.
But that'll be like right at the borderline of what you would meet. I could do that in a fucking day, in a fucking week.
Well,
right? So we're getting a greater sample size. So we're noticing, like, hold on, dude. When people are having these fucking arguments, there's some fucking retarded people, and then there's some fucking normal people. Like,
yeah, noticing. It's a great awakening.
I don't know. I'm not
that like inflation situation with how you can just meet more people, more access to more people. For anyone wondering, this also applies to like the women in the marketplace right now too. They have more access to way more people. So when you're like, well, just get out there and get you a wife. Yeah, well, she's on Instagram, and the people that have access to her are worldwide now. So it's not that easy. Old heads just
her crotch is worldwide now.
Yeah, dude, she's getting flown out and fucking.
About here, Bev,
what's
is
going
that
on?
women have got more choice, right? So they can go online and find way better men than these losers that are sat in a Discord. Like, in real life, you'd see these people and be, oh, I'm not interested in them. That's what they're upset about.
I think so. Is this the what are they called? Incels. Is that what?
Yeah, I mean, he called it a market.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. He called it a marketplace, and I imagine that if they had, you know, they were in a position to, they're obviously not in a position to buy in the marketplace. If that, you know, if that's the terminology of it all, you know, because he's saying, oh, I can't get them because they're in the marketplace and and they're too expensive, or whatever the reason is. Or I'm not, I'm not wealthy enough or good enough, or whatever the currency is. But I imagine that if they were, they would be just as keen to buy them as the ones who, or access them, or whatever it is, as the ones that they're annoyed at getting them.
They're selling
So,
themselves
they're
on
in this.
Instagram.
Yeah, and that's what I think. It's what India. There's some crotch wide. I don't. What did he say? It was kind of
Crotches worldwide, I think.
Yes. So that's weird, isn't it? And that comes into his
But if they're thinking
rhetoric.
that in the, like they did, I can remember that they had like a meeting thing, didn't they? They were trying to set up a dating site where you could meet.
Friend finder.
Yeah, like a friend finder type thing.
Yeah, but it was set up. They had the flat Earth dating thing. Yeah. I never joined that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
just
it was
to connect flat earthers with flat earthers.
Remember Kosho? Kosho wanted to turn he wanted to have a flat earth girlfriend that he could turn into a glober.
He just wanted to see her horizontal, that was all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was a weird thing. It was like a dating site. I wonder whether are they trying to do that still? Trying to find.
It's not like you just have this small town girl who knows like 100 people. Now she has like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and any rando with a decent following and some money can fly her out. Bro, it's just fucked. Like, this whole society is so cooked right now. Oh man, what are we gonna do?
Figure out how to profit out of the end game. That's what we do.
I don't know, maybe
just
work on
join the
yourselves,
decline,
guys, and then
right?
you might
Like,
get
get your
some
popcorn
women.
out, man.
Well, how are we gonna make money off of it? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, are we gonna invest in box wine and cats? That's one option.
Yeah.
How's he gonna make money out of it? Indio.
There has to be a snapback. It can't continue, right? So, like, there'll be a breaking point. But then, like, once it breaks, like, which way is the freaking shit gonna flow? Because women ain't gonna take this shit forever. They're the ones really losing out. They're gonna eventually. They're gonna demand the fucking.
What?
They're gonna demand the change, right? They'll capitulate.
I don't know, man. I kind of agree with Myron on this one that, like, feminism, we can't undo that. That cat's out of that bag. So, I mean, I don't think there's fixing that situation. We liberated the women. So you think they want to go back in the kitchen? They want to go back in the chains and stuff? Like, no.
It'll fix itself, man.
They were never in chains.
It's gonna bounce back.
I mean, in chains. That's just how they feel, right? Oh, you should do your womanly duties. I don't want to do that. I want freedom. I want to dye my hair blue and fuck Chad and Tyrone. It's like, all right, man.
Oh, Andrew debated like a feminist. It's like a 3-hour debate. You should fucking. I watched like maybe an hour of it.
I listened to some of it. Yeah, I just couldn't.
That chick just gish galloped everywhere. Didn't answer question. Fucking just like wormed and weaseled and fucking. What is she? Total fucking slime ball, man. Well, the reason I bring it up is because Andrew was talking about how is a wife working, being subservient to her husband, make her more free or give her more choices than the other option, which is slaving for a fucking corporate boss. She couldn't say how it was more liberating or freer, obviously, because it's not, right? It's actually fucking more restrictive. Because, listen, your husband will let you take a day off. You take a day off a corporate job, you're fucking fired, dude. Now you're fucking homeless. Now your fucking car payment doesn't get paid. Now you're like, you know what I mean? Your husband don't say, oh, you took a day off when I said no? Get the fuck out of the house. Right? That shit don't, like, you know what I mean? It's not even like a clip.
Has Indio got a new mic? Or has he always been, like, in need of a pop filter? Because he sounds like a messy speaker.
He's always had a shite mic. Like, this is probably the best I've heard him. Normally it's like it was in and out.
Yeah, but do
Signal
you not
wise.
hear the raspberries that he keeps blowing?
Yeah, I just think he gets very animated when he's talking.
Yeah, but like I don't know how you manage to do that. That's hard work to be able to.
You're not getting Mike pedantic like Oakley, are you?
No, but I mean I can hear there's definitely
Yeah, I know.
a pop filter needed. Probably a spray filter as well, because it sounds like he's a messy speaker. You wouldn't want to be that close to him while he's talking, at least.
I just came back. Are you talking about QE?
No, we're talking about Indio.
I'm joking.
India. Someone in the chat's put society is collapsing because of feminism and the destruction of family unit. I'd say it's more so collapsing because of the idiots in power. I don't think it's all women's fault that society's collapsing. Yeah, exactly. There's other things above. Feminism has gone to extreme levels, I will agree. And the family unit, yeah. But that's not all down to women.
Yeah, I don't think Indio's got such a good home life, to be honest. It doesn't seem to have a very good view of women. Like, I think he has got kids. So that would sort of say that the example, unless his missus is excellent, and he's just making the case that because he will say that he's got an excellent partner, wouldn't you? You'd expect that to be coming.
Well,
soon.
I've never heard Indio mention a partner. All the time I was at 24/7, and since I've not heard him mention his wife, his missus, anything.
Well, that may explain this dislike for women then at the moment.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Equivalent fucking downside.
Maybe just a little backhand. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just joking.
Bitch, iron my socks right this time, smack.
We do not condone hitting women, folks. Just joking.
Only consensually.
They like to joke about hitting women.
Hey, man, equal rights, equal lefts, though. I don't think women should just freely put their hands on a guy, though. I think that's fucked up.
That's
knowing that
they
we
should never do that, ever. No women should ever hit a guy, dude.
No, dude, because they do it because they know that we won't hit back sometimes, so they'll get hella aggressive. It's like, you need to chill out.
No, they do it because they're abusive and they're violent. And I'm so sick of the idea that women aren't violent. Women are violent. The only reason we don't notice is because they suck at it so bad.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm dead up serious, dude. Women are hyper fucking violent,
This went
dude.
out live?
Yeah.
And nobody stopped it? Wow, you guys are on another level.
Sounded like he was replying to you then, Emma.
I know, but nobody turned around and said, you guys are not on topic, because this room's for flat earth nonsense only.
Yeah, but it is from the icon. Isn't he a politics icon?
He's allowed to look in 24/7.
Nobody stands up to him.
Indio's allowed to do what he wants when he wants,
was,
say what he wants.
India was integral with the Flat Earth Friday, Whitsit, and Shane St. Pierre crew of, like he's right in there. He's in the heart of this movement, Flat Earth movement, and this is what they're like. Indio. I don't know what happened to the Flat Earth Friday crew. Because they've gone quiet when Whitsit, once
very
Whitsit
quiet.
went for his thing. I think he did that one afterwards, didn't he, with Dave Weiss?
I think it was 17th of January, but I think it was the last one.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, and they were fairly regular at the weekends, but yeah, nothing. I don't know. I don't know what's happened with them.
They got a big following as well. They were doing bigger numbers than Nathan Oakley and Flatside, weren't they, on Twitter? X.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now gone, yeah. But Indio was part of that. He's one of the head guys. Interesting. Interesting.
If you looked at like individual acts of violence compared to fucking men,
Shit,
right?
man. If I reported how many times my wife tried to hit me versus how many times I actually hit her, I would be
Whoa.
screwed.
Wait, what do you mean?
What?
That doesn't sound like a healthy relationship, is all I can say.
The times she tried to hit him, but the times
Tried.
he actually did hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a little way up of the balance here.
But you
2
tried
misses,
to hit
3
me
hits.
400
Oh, I'm up.
times. It's like I wasn't. I was just turning round. Yeah, but you
I
tried to hit me.
was defending myself. You didn't say who started it. Let's see.
Tried to hit you. You dodged out of the way. You put the punch.
Yeah, dude. How many times she actually took a swipe and I just like put my hand up and blocked it?
Bugging me.
It's like block. Yeah, whatever.
Block.
Feeble,
He's a badass,
feeble
dude.
block.
Yeah, taking a bit of training.
He's like Bruce Lee or some
Got the
shit.
pads out.
I love this. I love this shit.
But that's my point. And like Pearl brings up this
Really?
point is that when it comes to abusing the elderly and children, groups that women actually can hurt. Women are like 95% of the time it's a woman. It's not a man doing this shit.
I heard
Women
that's true with
are-
domestic abuse
There's
too.
no women
Like
in the
with
crowd, right? There's no women in there at all. They're just sort of. I mean, what can you imagine there being a woman in that chat? Like, would this be a welcoming
for sure they would.
sort of conversation for you to be joining in on?
Probably would be like, oh, I'm liking this. These guys are super manly.
Well, earlier he'd been berating a guy for taking notice of statistics, and said, you can't believe all those statistics, and then said something like 90-odd% of people are Christian or believe in God. So he told him he couldn't believe in statistics. Then claimed some, and now he's doing it again. He's got these statistics. Yeah.
Also, the lesbians, right? The married lesbian couples are also hyper violent.
No shit, you got 2 bitches going crazy.
Wow. Very knowledgeable.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
They should
this
play
is-
this for like the teens, like teenagers, for life lessons, just so you're not screwed when you grow up.
Yeah, I think you should.
Just joking.
Yeah, I think you should run it alongside, one of when you listen to one of Indio's preaching. It's Christian preaching and Bible and Scripture and moral foundations and the Christian doctrine and the good and bad and and put it against that, because he is a pastor,
aren't they?
Yeah, but he is like a pastor. He, when I've heard him, he's just like a pastor. Gets really annoyed if he was to be challenged about it. He knows everything about God and everything. He knows everything about everything. He's kind of almost like a Witsit authority and everything, just with a more raspy voice.
Yeah. Raspberry voice.
Raspberry voice.
Two crazy
Women are
bitches going
more
crazy.
violent than men. They're just ineffective. That's really it. So nobody noticed, dude, because they can't hurt anything.
Women are. Hang on. Women are more violent than men, but they can't. They're not
just ineffective.
effective.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
ineffective.
but has he never looked at the stats for crime and the amount of women
You just shit
that
at
do
it.
violent crime?
Yeah, but he just said the women were responsible for all these these crimes. These women,
The atrocities.
violent women, and then says they're so ineffective at it. You never hear about it, and yet he's got statistics on it.
The only time you hear about women being violent is when it's not a woman. It's
A 304.
A new woman.
Well, it's a man
a
in a
new
dress.
woman. A new modern woman.
Yeah.
I have to say this is amazing.
Listen, I'm super comfortable with like shredding up this idea that women are sugar, spice, and everything nice. This is what their goal is, to sell you purity. They're not. They fart too, bro. They fight too. They do weird shit too, man. Like, we love
Oh,
them.
women are way
they're
grosser
like-
than men.
Is this true? Emma?
Yeah.
Resident
Um,
woman. Can
yes.
you verify any of these
Just
things?
check.
Yes, women fart.
Yeah,
yes,
just
they
like
do.
normal
Oh.
people, are you?
Boo.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
we've got a lot of the same bits that men have got, you know. So yes,
As far as digestion, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we can just go over to our token woman and ask for her opinion.
Something they
Emma,
can't do over there. They can't just do that, can they?
Yeah, we're
Sometimes
They be
so
capping,
clear.
bro. I love women, but they be capping, bro. Swear. What's your
Well,
body
I mean,
count? It's like
It
two.
makes sense. Who is more likely to be violent?
bullshitting, capping.
Someone that's in a state of constant emotion and can't control them, or a man who can regulate his emotions.
wow. Wow.
Well, there you
Ban
go.
him,
That's what
ban
it
him,
is.
kick him out.
Why do women still exist? I'm just wondering. I don't know.
It's got some fucking washing up to do, man. Come on. That's what these guys are about. Get back in the kitchen, he said right at the beginning.
If they haven't
Yeah.
got a woman, though, they'll have to do it all themselves. They must consider themselves doing woman's work when they do that. They surely.
So
Thinking
how
like
many
this.
people? How many people do you think are in that chat right now? Like when this conversation was going on.
Well, it looks like pretty full, really. This is a good 20-odd people. But
It
I
is
mean,
going
I don't
out
know
live.
what that means over there.
Okay.
Yeah. It is
So,
going
and
out
I'm
live.
guessing-
I don't know how many people are watching.
I'm
live.
guessing.
Yeah, it's
I'm
live.
guessing no women were in that room at the time.
Absolutely not. Or, I mean, there
No.
might be. I mean, I don't
What?
know. But would you dare speak up? I mean, I know you would.
I would.
Yeah,
but
no,
then
you
it-
go in there just to say, like, what are you talking about?
I did that once before in Earth Awakenings when Whitsit and his little sycophants were all dissing women and talking about abortions. I pipe up and immediately I'm jumped on. Shut up, you don't know what, go away, you came in hot. Rah, rah, rah. And I got shut down and wasn't allowed to participate in the discussion about women.
Being the only woman in the discussion.
Well, you obviously don't know anything about women like they do, so
Not as knowledgeable as they are.
leave the discussions about women to guys.
Yeah, that's your shortcoming, Emma. You don't know enough about women. Pretty clear. Leave it to the men.
Unless you were a lesbian and then you would just be violent, so I don't know.
Maybe that's what they're worried about, the statistics of all these violent women, that when one comes in, they think, fuck, keep her out of here, she might hit us.
Yeah.
I might have to grab her fist when she swings at me.
Yeah.
Like
To
a
block.
kung
Yeah.
fu ninja.
I'd hate to knock her out.
Definitely
Right.
the first
It
one.
doesn't even make sense that men would be more violent than women.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Really?
Doesn't even make any sense. I mean, what does that
That's
tell you about India?
Definitely not logic going on there. I mean,
Wow. Where has Indio been hiding? In some little cave somewhere, and he doesn't actually go out in the
It
real
doesn't
world.
even make sense that men would be more
Look.
violent than women.
look, men have not done anything to deserve getting shunned for violence because I mean, we don't start wars, we don't do those sorts
Yeah.
of things,
I mean, just look at Nathan
Yeah.
Oakley. I mean, that's a man who's got his emotions under control.
Definitely not violent.
Or QE, for example. These guys, heroes.
If you've ever trained at a gym, like a boxing gym or anything like this, you'll realize this really quickly. Those guys that can whoop your ass, they're the one, they don't even say shit when you're out and about. Like if something's going down, they're going to be really quiet. They're not going to sit. The ones that are loud, I'll fuck you up. If I see red, motherfucker, I'm going to. It's those
Oh,
guys.
that shit. You
They-
better
they
hold me
can-
back. There's
Yeah,
like
hold me
32
back.
cops. There's like 32 cops.
You mean he means the ones that are talking shit? Don't trust the ones that are talking shit.
And they're like, you better hold me back if these cops weren't here.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
shut
those
up.
guys that they're like, they're not to worry about. It's the ones that are quiet. That's who you got to worry about. So those are the guys that have the potential to create the most violence.
No, those
and
guys
they don't
actually I
even-
do worry about, because you smack them, and then the next thing you know, you're getting arrested, and the dude's coming into fucking court with a fucking neck brace, wheelchair, broken fucking leg, fucking. He fucking slapped me. I slipped on the ice. Like you're getting sued now.
Mike,
Yeah.
Beth pointed out. Now I can't not hear it.
That's a good one, that though, isn't it? Like, yeah, he's a messy talker. You need to
But it's been the same for
spray
years,
guard.
right? So it shows you what sway he has because nobody's turned around and said, Indio, you've got a really shite mic. You need to do something about it.
Yeah, but it kind of like, I guess they've got some street cred because nobody's done it to QE, and his is like the worst I've heard in ages.
I don't think I've ever noticed Indio's raspberry blowing as much as this.
Fucking losers.
Well, I always heard the last asshole always loses. So you got to be careful about punching backs. That's what I've heard. But anyway, I digress.
I avoid violence at all costs.
Yeah, man, it's not a good idea. We have Bick. Bick has just joined. Welcome, BIC, Notorious BIC. How are you? Bick Lighter.
Oh, he's just
He
listening.
And
giggled and fucking dipped, dude. That's
He
fucking.
definitely
Right.
enjoyed
Let's
it.
hope it's not a
the
woman.
stamina. I really have no stamina, bro. That's like my biggest complaint with Globers in 2025. They completely lack stamina. It's like,
Dude, I was trying to tell QE that shit. He's like, you're going to entertain this shit? You're going to try and yell
No,
over
they're
that?
trying to
I'm like,
sleep with
these
him.
guys have no stamina. They'll fucking
Yeah.
get tuckered out in like 30 seconds, man.
Oh, they banned everyone. Like, come on, Indio. I've sent a message to Heretic as well. Like, open the floor up and we'll give you something to fucking sustain yourself with. It's no good saying that nobody's out there and then fucking banning people. So you can't. It's fucking ridiculous.
Has anyone
trying to think of it.
seen Heretic recently?
I've heard him a few times, not much,
Yeah.
but
And when I sent him a message, there was a green dot on it, so his account was online. But I mean, they might be doing something else. They go elsewhere, don't they, to practice and do whatever. I don't know. Serve the time.
a good analogy, just something that gets used up really quickly. It's just really bad. Like, they can't last very long.
304s.
them 304s got resilience, bro. Hey, they can take some. All right, Rope is here.
They're like iPhone batteries.
Yeah. That's funny. Rope, welcome to the panel. Is that an MF Doom profile picture? Okay. Very
Can
nice.
you just do that?
What?
Dude, with
No,
the
this is-
fucking giggle, dude. Some dude with the giggle.
Oh, it's a new account, bro. It can't be the same. It can't be the same person. There's no way. So, Rope, this must be your first time joining. How are you?
My second time joining.
Second time joining? Okay, well, tell us about the first time. What the fuck, dude? Jeez. What about Heyoka? Have we talked to Heyoka before? Or no? That profile picture is crazy, bro.
Don't do that.
Why? I'm trying to do it.
Don't
It's a
do
bed
that.
bug.
This Heyoka character. We need to get him over here.
Don't.
Like,
do
what the
that.
hell, man? That guy.
That's like,
Can't talk to him in Nathan's. Can't talk to him here. Like, you're persona non grata, that dude.
Is he muted or something? It's like, don't talk to him because we've muted him. No. Well, no. It
The
looks
hell?
I don't know whether that's server muted or I don't know whether it's showing. Don't do that.
Wait, let me get my pound of flesh. There's also Professor Pill. What happened? Why are they muted?
Hot mic.
Were they talking though? Like, have they spoke before?
No, it's like fucking. I don't
Have
know.
they just given up on women and now they want a pound of flesh
I
from
think
men?
so. Yeah. They want a bit of Glober action.
It sounds highly gay
Yeah.
to me, but okay.
Glober action, that's funny.
Victor Mike was dragging on a string while they were riding a bicycle or something.
What the hell? Sometimes it be like
he's,
that.
He's
like,
still doing it. He's still doing it right now. Come on.
Jeez, bro. Mike dragging on a string is crazy. Dude, some girl just said happy birthday. Fuck, she's so fucking lit, bro. Oh, sorry. Was I unmuted? My bad. Got 304s hitting my line. All right.
Oh.
Guys,
you
it's
make
the
the most of
birthday.
it while you're still young, no?
Huh?
So, what are you gonna? How you gonna play it, man? You gonna like answer, not answer, or make her wait?
I just loved the message. You know, you gotta. That's all you get. You know.
You pop
What is
their balloons.
You gotta. What's the saying? If they send you 2 texts, you send 1. You know, it's just a little underinvested, slightly.
So you just like hearted her message.
She said, "Happy birthday! I'll see you tomorrow." I hearted the message. She said, "Now she's texting me again. How was your night?"
Yeah, I knew it, dude. I knew it, dude. She's gonna be like fucking. She's like, oh, he must be doing something fucking fun. He can't even pay attention to me because I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. Just give her a call at 1:30 a.m. CB.
Oh God, fucking Matrix. I don't think CB's thinking about romance.
No, 1:30 a.m.
He's thinking about flat smacking her.
Yo, I would flat smack the living lights out of this one. I'm not gonna lie, she's W.
Don't let her know that.
I mean, I think she knows that.
So what's he gonna have about as much stamina as these Globers?
Yeah.
Does she ever listen into the YouTube? So you know you're on a panel of flat Earth experts talking about women.
Bro, we're slowly creeping into the prime, boys. I sent a message to the admin room. Some guy had commented like, "Yeah, just turned 30, like 33, something like that," and like things are getting better and better. I'm like, what do you guys think? Like, it seems like what's the average age of this community? I think it's probably a little older, right? Like, there's not too many young guys in here. I'm not even that young, but I feel like I'm like one of the younger ones. It's crazy.
Yep, you're one of the younger ones.
That's wild, bro. That's wild. I've really
Consider
grown
yourself
up.
lucky.
Yeah,
Well,
I do.
it gets less complicated because you tend not to give a fuck about anyone when you get like 35.
So, are they saying they're a bunch of old guys? No women around. Is that not a bit weird?
What is it? I didn't know this term till fairly recently. That incel, isn't that the word you typically use?
Intentionally celibate, it's meant to be.
Involuntary.
But I don't know whether they're intentional or whether they got no choice.
Yeah,
involuntary.
Involuntary. Oh yes, involuntary. Sorry.
It's not their fault.
You can't help it. Yeah. It's like okay.
Not by choice.
I've heard that like your prime really start for a man. Your prime is like 35 to like 45, like a 10, maybe like a 10-year range or something like that. That starts mid 30s.
Just stay at the gym.
Yeah, gym for sure. That's like the big thing. I mean, Miggy was in here last night. It was so awesome because Orion was like, he was saying some stuff that I kind of agree with, and he was coming from a statistical point of view where he's like, well, what was he saying? Like 30% of women want relationships and 60% of guys want relationships. And he's like, so that just doesn't work out. The math doesn't work out. And Miggy's like, just lift, bro. She had me dying, dude. It's kind of true. Just lift, dude.
Yeah.
But
Good
you know,
advice.
Look, dude. Yeah, if you're, I'm not accepting that for a fucking answer.
I mean, it's not. It's
The
not
math
a good
don't work out.
answer.
Yeah, if the math don't work out, fucking so what?
Yeah. Are you talking about Orion's answer or just lift,
Yeah,
bro?
dude. Like if the math don't
Oh.
work, so what, dude? You're gonna let statistics rule your life, dude? Fucking, dude.
Yeah.
Break the statistics. Be the exception to the fucking rule.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to rise up above
Statistics.
the average Joe. And it's these days it's not even that hard to do. And we have Gaston in here.
Look, I gave him a suggestion. You're like, okay, those are the statistics. These are the
Indio's giving him the best chance ever, right? I mean, at least they've got flat Earth to help them rise above, the average. These guys have got a future.
women that want it. These are the 60%. Well, what do those 60% of guys want in a relationship looking for in a woman? Okay, whatever they're looking for, look for something else in a woman because they're not looking there. That you automatically just increase your fucking odds, okay? Because they're not going to take that woman because they're not looking for that thing. And want to know what they're not looking for? They're not looking for mothers. Right? They're not looking for a woman. Is this woman going to be I'm sorry, man. When men make the calculus in modern day of do I want to
Calculus? Is he? Well, I'm sorry about this, but I don't think he actually means calculus when he said that just then.
marry this chick, they actually do not consider whether that chick will be a fucking good mother or not.
You think so?
I don't think they do, dude. I just don't think that that's actually a calculation. I think that's an after effect calculation.
About himself?
Perhaps.
I think they just like this pussy feels good, dude.
Yeah, well,
and I can operate with this woman, right? So like having children, I guess you would need to have children to even know this. This is the fucked up thing. So when you're a couple before you have kids, right? So you do things together that are fun, you know what I mean? Maybe you live together and play house, right? And like all these things.
How old is Indio? Anyone know? Could you put a finger on? Exactly.
He sounds old, and his avatar is old, isn't it? Looking.
He sounds like he's like no longer with his partner, and this sounds a little bit bitter. What's coming out here? I'm not too sure. You'd have to say that he has been with somebody, but I don't know. Like, I don't think they're any longer with him. Doesn't sound like they are. There must be kids involved. I don't know.
She's in the kitchen. Don't see her much.
When you have kids, all that shit gets all fucking scrambled up. Can't just fucking, hey, let's go to the fucking casino. Hey, let's go here. Let's go there. Let's do this. Let's fucking just like, let's just fucking lay in bed the whole fucking weekend. All those things just like, so you're used to like that situation between you two, that relationship, which is just you two. But then when you have children, all that shit changes. So the thing is, when that relationship changes, and basically you're slaving away at some fucking job, and she's off on her own, left to her own devices, is she gonna fucking be a mother when nobody's watching, right? Is that motherly instinct already built into her? You know what I mean? Or do you have to fucking train her into that shit?
I mean, I don't think that's not our job to train a girl to be a mother.
Exactly.
Wow. So
did you receive your training, Emma?
Is Indio? This is what I mean. Is Indio saying that women need to be trained how to be mothers?
Yep.
I think so.
That's what he said.
Come on, and nobody
going from personal experience. It sounds like he's
Yeah, but
a bit
nobody in
bitter.
that room stopped him and said, Indio, you're talking shit now. I'm guessing they've all had really bad experiences with women because
I'd have to say that
they're
to him.
strange men. But
Sure, you're not just
most of
talking
the
from personal experience here. I mean, like, what's
most of
gone
the
on?
women I know that are mothers, it's just an inbuilt instinct to be a mother. It's
Well, some
nature.
don't, right? At the beginning, it's hard work, isn't it? Like, because
Mhm.
like he said, you're both trying to get used to it or whatever. It's not just
But
up
there
to
are
the woman, surely.
there are bad mothers out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, it sounds like these guys have picked bad women, and they don't see that it might be them that is the reason why they picked bad women.
Yeah, but it could go both ways. They could be bad men because
Yeah.
if you don't know how to treat a woman or you don't know how to give that specific other what they need, then you are going to be bad at relationships. Not all women want flowers.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Buster. I think these guys are bad men that have gone after bad women. Sounds like to me, because they're whining.
Yeah. Yep.
Trying to justify it to himself about other people, right? But he's just talking. You can only go from whatever you've experienced, and that's why it sounds a little bit weird to me. Somebody saying that you have to train the mother to be the parent or whatever. Then you take the job on. You do it. My experience, anyway.
Exactly, but these girls need to be trained to be mothers, dude, because they don't have a fucking motherly mindset. Dude, I don't
He
believe in
wanted
that
to say
motherly.
motherly instinct then,
Yeah.
didn't he? Yeah. And then he realised I can't say that because that just crushes everything I've said.
Yeah, but every 100% of women have a mother, whether that mother was in their life or not. So
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people grow up with moms.
It's just it's a really weird argument to come out with, and then for nobody else to say, Indio, you're talking shit. It's just a sign of how much sway
He's talking
Indio
about
holds.
himself, isn't he? Like, it's so obvious that he's only talking about himself. He's opening up to everybody, but he's doing it in a way that he can put the blame on everybody else and all of the other women that need training and all of that. I sort of feel sorry for him. I don't know
Do
whether
you?
he's still.
I don't.
There's kids involved, right? So who's got control of the kids?
Let's say if he's even got any.
Yeah, the bitter guy that's like thinks that women need training, or the woman that left the guy. I don't know.
He made reference to his kids earlier. I think it was earlier. It might be later. And he was talking about education, saying that they don't teach the kids cursive writing anymore. They're just on the keyboards, iPads, and all that, so they don't know how to write and things. And then I think it was Creation Bear was going on about how he liked cursive and he used it to write his checks, and so nobody else could forge his signature. And then Indio says, "Wait, I can't remember the last time I used cursive." He said, "I write. I do some permission forms for my kids once a month, and the rest of the time I'm on the keyboard." So he was advocating for the education system to bring cursive, and he never uses it. He uses the keyboard himself. So that was quite amusing. But that was his connection to his children. There, he said.
Oh. So there may be kids around. I mean, that's a weird thing at the minute for the flat earthers, I think.
Instinct shit. I don't fucking look, dude. I've seen enough, dude. fucking, mothers lose their kids. Fucking, like, you know what I mean? There's no such thing as motherly fucking instinct, dude. That shit don't exist. It does exist, but I don't think it's universal. I think there are women with motherly instincts, but I don't think it's a universal fucking trait among women. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't do that calculation. Like, hey, dude, when this fucking things change, right? When she's fucking pregnant, and then the baby comes out, and the baby's crying, is she gonna get up in the middle of the night? Is she someone that will change diapers? Is this someone like when the kid gets?
What about him? Why can't he get up in the night and change diapers?
She might have been up all day with.
Yeah,
maybe that's what the woman wants. Somebody who's going to do that and say, no, it's all right, I'll get up. I'll do the nights. You do the days. Or whatever.
Yeah. I'd say he was struggling. He might have had to do that himself. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe just the kid was crying.
So they don't panic. Or they know the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Or are they going to try and take that kid and pawn him off on relatives? Or babysit? Or, like, you know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of dynamics that go, like, whether that happens or not really depends on the personality of that fucking woman.
Yeah.
And I don't think men, when they hook up with a woman, like, initially, like, I'm going to marry this one, take any of that shit into consideration.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen when, what is she really going to be like when playing house is over, right? And it's a real house. When we have real kids with real responsibilities, when their fate is dependent on us, right? Like, think about it like this, man. When they take the kid to school, she can be wearing a fucking shirt with it down to her fucking showing her fucking cleavage with a fucking hiked up skirt. You know what I mean? That's another, like, if my kid went to school with this woman, would they be like, I wish that wasn't my mother? You know what I mean? It's like there's a whole nother fucking dynamic behind it, dude. Like, are they going to be embarrassed by their own mother because the way their mother acts or looks or whatever?
Like, who thinks that?
What about if they find out their father was a flat earther?
Yeah. That's madness, that. Who thinks that about their own mother? As a kid being took to school, who would ever think anything like that? It's in the mind of him. It's a shame there's nobody to, question any of this.
Stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go into this room and talk about something, that's slightly off topic, or, like, you ask them about what Nathan Oakley says about these antipodal planes. These guys will say, yeah, he's not here. Stop talking about that. We're here to talk about whatever, and ban you or whatever. Yet they're... Maybe this is what they want, right? This is the new face of Flat Earth. They can't talk about any of the arguments. They can't talk about the rotations of the lights in the sky or anything. This is what we're left with.
Right? So it's like there's a whole nother dynamic if you want to have kids, like, of looking for a woman. And I don't think the average man is looking, like, they're not even aware of that. They're not even looking for that. Because I think that, like, I think the previous generation's mothers sucked.
Yeah, facts.
Previous generation.
And probably even the previous generation of that, they probably sucked too.
Yeah, I could see that.
And like, it's because, like, the women in the workforce. So, like, they minimize time bonding, right? And having extended families where you have the grandmother, mother, you know what I mean? Extended families, aunts, uncles, where the kid's being raised by. So there's a whole different social dynamic that's happening. It's like, it's not supposed to be mom's at home alone with fucking 2 kids all day while dad works. That's not fucking normal, dude. Should never be that way.
It's all fucked up right now.
Anyway, my point was that if Ryan said, "Hey, I'm going to look for that type of woman, a good mother, not a fucking Bitches that's gonna suck my dick and toss my salad, right? Fucking a good mother, like told.
His mic is awful, but not just his mic. The way he pronounces his words. There's, like, is it Sylvester?
Suffering succotash.
Yeah.
Suffering succotash.
Suffering
succotash.
Oh, who would you like? He was literally the guy that told me that they had a file on Emma. Now, like he said in this, like, he is in a place of influence. Like, what they've got there is a room where this guy has freedom to say all of this sort of stuff, and there's nobody to stop him. And they allow Nathan Oakley to go on this place and just sort of abuse anybody. It's weird. If this is what they want Flat Earth to be, is it any wonder?
Different requisite. There's nobody else looking for that. Right? You know what I mean? If you go look for traits that nobody else looking for, you're more likely to find it.
But does she exist? That's the question, bro. Like,
They're out there. Of course they're out there.
where?
There's women that fucking, that's the only thing they've ever wanted to do is raise children. I remember growing up with girls like that, right? They're always carrying a doll. They're carrying a doll and they're always babying the doll. They talk about they can't wait to have babies, right? I remember like being in first, second, third, fourth grade, girls being in school that acted like that, right? They just like, they always.
What is that? First, second, third, fourth grade? What sort of age is that he's reverting back
in
to?
America, first grade, 6 years old, 7, 8.
Whoa. Wow, it's a weird sort of time. I don't know how old this dude is, but he's thinking of like girls of that age walking around with dolls wanting to mother things. I mean, really?
They're just like, where the other girls might be doing fucking, you know, flirting with the boys. These girls weren't even concerned like that part of it. Like a man was just a utility to get the fucking baby. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't think those types of girls are really. I don't think
maybe they're
printed
gone.
out. That ink is run out of the printer, bro. Because
there's got to be some out there.
The feminism came out it came out in full force. So
let me ask you.
You don't need a man. You can do this.
Yeah,
go be a boss. Go work a job. Da 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 da. So,
yeah, I get that, but like, you know, I think part of that is like, because obviously the beautiful chicks don't need to do that, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to go get a job.
No.
Like that like they know that they don't have to go get a job, but they try to not do the go get a job and marry someone wealthy and also not have kids, right? They're trying to have, so they're trying to have all of it, right? I'm gonna be forever fucking young, have no fucking kids, be hot, just ride this cock for a little while, take out his money, ride the next cock for a little while, take his money.
Wow.
The CC, bro. We already know, dude.
Right, and go on trips and like just have fun, just be a degenerate. I mean, that's fine. Guys do the same thing. It's not really, I think like mid girls, they decide, hey, I'm gonna go through the college fucking hoop because I'm not good enough to get the fucking guy that will give me that lifestyle. So I'm gonna go do it myself, right? I'm gonna become the man I want to marry.
There it is. There it is, right there, folks. Exactly.
And I think that's it. Like a woman will. I think they actually make a conscious choice in a way. I don't think it's like fully conscious because women are never totally fucking conscious.
What about that?
Yeah, women are never totally
just as
conscious.
well, really, because they got to choose people like fucking Indio. You need to be fucking blind drunk or subconscious. So wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
He's had some good role models in his life then to base his whole experience
on
on.
both sides of the gender, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Women are never fully conscious. It's a good job they've got India around to tell them where the gaps and the
When they're
breaks
going wrong.
are.
Yeah.
They're never
So-
totally conscious of their choice. Like, so
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's like, I'm a mid. I'm going to get a mid dude. The dude's going to be like a fucking, a fucking plumber, or fucking, he's going to have some fucking blue collar job. I'm going to pump out fucking 3 babies and have an average life. Or
That's gone.
I can work really hard. In their mind, right? I'll get a high education. I'll get my PhD. Right? I'm a PhD. They're going to go get their PhD. And because they're educated and smart and have a good job, they're going to get a man that's on that level. Not realizing the man don't see any of that shit. You're still mid.
Right. Your degree doesn't give me a freaking, boner.
Yeah.
Sorry. Put that degree away, bro.
And if it does, you're probably not the kind of man you want, right?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Hell no. For sure. I mean, you summed it up right there. They're becoming
That's
the
a weird
men.
kink.
It is weird for sure. But these days, you said the mid goes for the mid girl goes for the mid guy. No.
Well, typically
The
in the
mid
past,
girl wants
so
to
what?
chat.
So some studies they've done, right? What they have people look at a group of people and go and rate their attractiveness, and typically people are within 1 point of each other of how they're rated, right?
Yeah.
So if you're with a 3, you're probably ugly.
There's ratings. Where can we get these ratings?
You know what I mean? It's like people
They have a book of ratings.
It's a couples rating thing, and you're normally within a point of each other.
You're going to get access.
Where can you find this? Yeah, could you have to have
It's
a password?
in the mod server. It's only accessible over there.
Oh yeah, right.
Typically in the past. This is in the past. I don't know what the current deal is. So in the past, like maybe in the 90s when these were done, like maybe late 80s, like they would say, okay, rate all these people. And like if the girl was a 7, the guy would be a 7. If the girl was an 8, the guy would be an 8. Right? So people were pretty much matched up in attractiveness with their counterpart.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen that study. I've seen that before where they have like a room of 10 girls and 10 guys, and they say like go match up, and they tend to like go with their looks equivalent. But
yeah,
if you're familiar with whole math, nowadays the girls go up. Like
yeah, it's skewed. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. It's skewed, right? So because they don't want their looks equivalent because the woman's trying to go up, right?
Yeah.
And they know, well, I can only go up 1 step. Well, if I get this job and this PhD, I can jump 2 notches or 3 notches because I have my degree and I'm smart. And then I don't want to settle on a man that's at my level. And at least if I have my PhD, I can just rely on myself and I'll be happy. I ain't got to rely on no dude. Because if I marry him, he's just going to, because they also have this idea in his head. As soon as they start hitting the wall, the dude's just going to leave her anyway for a younger girl.
Well, I don't know why they think this. Bro.
Yeah, because of outliers. Because women don't understand probability. They just don't. They fucking have no idea about probability. Obviously, right? Because you've heard it, right? You'd say a general state and they go, well, I know people that doesn't happen to. Right. Like, we're talking in fucking general. How many times have you heard that shit? They don't understand probability. Like, so, like, if one guy fucking left his wife for a younger woman, obviously it's a fucking problem because they know about it for some reason. So everybody's doing it. So it becomes, they think that that's the general case if they know one case. Right, so they just don't understand probability. But they got the idea in his head that, like, he's just going to cheat with a younger woman anyway, so.
I mean, maybe, but we're not.
It's a weird dynamic. Yeah,
we might
there's
do
that too.
But we ain't fucking leaving the kids in the house and shit.
got Coco in the chat saying that women are more bothered about a good man than any shit that they're talking or anything. Or his looks or whatever. I mean, you can't. It's a good job you can't tell the looks because, I mean, they're just people talking, aren't they? Not many of these guys go on camera or anything.
Yeah, bro, we still got shit to do. We're just trying to hit this little box on the side, and that's it. Like, just chill. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a weird dynamic. Yeah.
Relationships.
So but I'm saying, like, to go back to the beginning, like, if you were going to find a woman that's being, where would you find her? Not going to find her in the club. Probably not going to find her. You're not going to find her at work. That's where most people. That's where, in the past, like 50s, 60s, that's where people met their spouses previously. They'd meet the chick at work, but then they didn't have to work with their spouse because the spouse would go home, right? The woman would rule the nest, right? You wouldn't, because that's a problem, right? If you marry someone you work with and then you got to fucking look at their fucking face all day, that might drive you a little crazy.
Right.
I love you, but I don't love you like that. Like,
yeah. That's too bad, man. Well, I work with some
so like, where would you even meet that type of woman, right? Like, where are you gonna meet her? Like,
you gotta like take your book and go sit at the coffee shop with your book and hope she rolls in, and then chat her up.
Now here's the problem: you can like, a good idea would be like, find girls that work in daycares that don't have kids, right? That are young, right? So they're working in daycares. They want to be around kids, but they're not old enough to have kids yet. But they haven't found somebody to have kids with you. Unfortunately, that solution is. Most of those chicks are fat.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Well, just most women in general are not like they're not very fit.
So the ones who want to work with children are fat.
And you can tell he's checked it out, right? Because he's done most of those. Yeah, he's been and checked. At least the places he went to.
I think the average weight of women is pretty high.
Yeah, men too, though. Most men are overweight. Most women are overweight.
I mean, I feel like it's all right for a guy. We're not. Correction.
I shouldn't say overweight. Obese. Okay.
Well, that's all based off of BMI.
Yeah, I know. It isn't a bunch of jack dudes running around fucking up the BMI, dude.
I know, but it's just like our job isn't to look good, really. I mean, I look good, and like that doesn't put you still have to have the other things. Like you have to bring value, you have to have money, a career, and all these things in place. You can get by without the looks. Truly, as a guy, it's the women that really rely on their looks. So when they're overweight, that's a problem. It's a big problem.
Also not good. It's not good for childbearing either.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad for their health. You have one job. Like, if you're a woman, you have one job. Just be hot. Like, why are you fucking that up by being, like, 170 pounds built like a linebacker? Like, what?
What? You have one job to be hot, that's it?
Hot, that's it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean...
Go on, boys.
Yeah, I mean, does anybody wonder, right, why there aren't that many women around this arena? They've either got to listen to talking to these people talking like this, or they have to deal with all of the messaging and the shit in the background coming from these guys. It's bad.
Yeah, it's no wonder there's no women in it.
Yeah.
Especially over there.
What is that? Come on now.
They're always the experts at everything, aren't they, these guys?
Well, I mean, you also got to think, but like a lot of times, people that are overweight like that, they have self-esteem issues, right? So, just to generalize, here's a scenario. I want to have kids, but I was in high school, and all the other my girl peers basically shit on me, saying, you want to fucking be because they have the feminist mindset that got beat into their head. So now the girl's shunned by her peers, eats away her fucking emotions, gets overweight. Now the guys don't fucking like her. even though she was good looking and was like, yeah, I want to have kids, and and some guy perceives she'd be a good mother because they're good with animals or other children or something like that. But now she's out of the fucking running because she's 60 pounds overweight, right? And that age bracket, all you want to do is fuck. So you're not thinking about having kids. You're just trying to fuck every fucking piece of tail on earth, right? So it's a weird dynamic. They end up fucking at some daycare unnoticed. Right? Like, if you want to find a diamond in the rough, dude, you got to go mine where the diamonds are. Like, you're not going to find them. That's why I say, like, bitching, like, oh, the numbers are against me. Yeah, you're fucking right, dude. Do something about it.
I mean, you got a really cold approach. I think that's where all the magic is. It's not on dating apps. You have to go out and, like, not be shy and go up to girls. But, hey, what's your name? Like, you're gonna get a lot of no's and a lot of rejection.
Yeah, but depends on your goals. If you're just trying to fuck, yeah. I mean,
but even if you're looking for that, like, the special one, like, you're gonna get a lot of no's, and you'll even get some girls that'll go on one day with you or whatever. But you'll waste a lot of time.
There's the special one is the one that takes their duty seriously. That's the special one. It doesn't matter. Fucking, they're not special because you have a fucking.
Right now, obviously, I was never aware of any of this sort of shit, and I couldn't see the point in being involved in this. And to be honest with you, I don't know why they put this shit out live and how often they do that. Is this the sort of stuff that people normally listen to in these sort of rooms? Know.
This is wild. I'm like, I've heard some shit talk, but this is like worse than stuff I've heard at locker room banter. Like, it's worse than that, I think, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard people talking like this, but it's been in the pub or whatever, and it's normally challenged by, like, what the fuck are you bitching about these women for? Like, somebody would, if I'd have heard any of this conversation, right, no doubt somebody would have said, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, if you got a really bad, poor life or whatever, if you're not getting it, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, for me personally, I've been married for 24 years. Like, done something right. I've made mistakes, but I've got a good life.
Yeah,
you know
you'd
what I mean?
have
Like,
no reason to join in with this conversation at all, would you?
Well, and don't get me wrong, I had my experience with, a bad woman or, young lady at the time, and but we were both terrible.
Yeah.
Like, at that time, So it was like some of it was on me too. But like since then with my like I've had a great life. I would never, but people can be shitty. It's not, I just can't, I wouldn't join in on
this
that.
This isn't the place for it, right? This is like a chat with somebody to try and sort your head out or whatever that's going on. I don't think Indio, he's not handing out any advice to anybody or anything, is he? He just sounds like he's bitching.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, we know who these characters are, we know that they're not that important, but they are the leaders of this group.
Yeah.
They're amongst the higher echelon of this group. And when I hear these people, wherever I go, it doesn't matter what their opinion is, but there's some people you get a feel, I could hang out with this person. There's no way. Even if I agreed with their whole worldview, I couldn't hang out with these people. And I couldn't hang out with these people.
But the problem is like when you try to go into a room like that and you want to say anything, that's the guy that's gonna say yay or nay on whether you get to speak. That's the guy.
Yeah.
If he's in there,
I see them as being really dangerous people.
Yeah,
myself, because I think they affect a lot of people. People won't stand up to them. They won't speak out. They just agree with them, even if in the background they don't agree in their mind, or they don't question it. All those leaders are the same. Oakley, QE, Adam Meakin,
that was my that was my experience, Elder Bear. So when all the crap happened to me, a lot of these people from 24/7 I talked to in the background, and they agreed with me that what had happened was awful and it should be dealt with. But then when it came to publicly, they didn't say a
They want
word.
to step up. Right.
They let me get treated really badly, get kicked out, all of the stuff that happened. And a couple of them came to me afterwards and went, "Oh, I'm really sorry that happened to you." And it's like, well, why didn't you stand up and say anything?
Yep.
Because that guy will shut you down if you do.
Yes.
Like you said, you got that experience. He turned it on you. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's got to be, for me, it's one of two things. Like either that's the person that's like started that and running it, admin, or somebody's given him that power. And it's like either of the two options, it's just as bad, because if somebody put him in that power seat to give, somebody a voice or not a voice, or modship or not a mod, or if he just created that room himself, co-founder kind of idea, like, why would you even stick around if that's the guy running the place? Which,
He
I mean,
is.
which
He
you guys
is one of
didn't.
the. He is one of the original admin
Oh,
from
so
the
he's kinda like
original
okay.
server. Yeah.
That
So
makes sense.
he's one of the top people. Like if Indio says something, that's law when it comes to 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, they were saying the other day that
holy shit,
they feel under threat. I mean, they're supposedly the top room in the politics server, but they feel they're under pressure from the politics server, I think, who wants to kick them out. So I think they've retreated a bit, or preparing the old original 24/7, and they kind of go back there and lick their wounds a bit, because they said that they don't have this woman to protect them anymore. So there must have been a woman from the politics server itself, from that hierarchy, who obviously was looking out for them. Somebody had their, could put in a good word for them, but they don't have that anymore. So hearing this, I'm not surprised, really. There may be other reasons, but
maybe this is why they're doing this conversation.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's true enough. But if you hear a few things, you can piece these bits together. And that's there, and it's on both sides. There's globers and flat earthers. Probably more flat earthers that I see as kind of dangerous characters in the way that they kind of manipulate a whole group of people based on a speculation.
But this thing we're listening to, this is I'm not even sure what the right word to use. It's delusional is the best word I can come up with, because even the guys I work that call their wives old lady, like the old lady, they don't even talk like this.
Yeah. And they do it with such authority as well, aren't they? As if it's a fact. We've got all the figures, we've got the percentages. I've looked into it right from the 1980s, and sort of talking some authority. And nobody's, between Indio and Creation Bear, they're having, they're the two top dogs, and nobody else is standing up and saying, or if there's any women about, saying anything to them, or any other mods. There is a definite mod hierarchy. I can see that. People who daren't stand up to others, and others, when it's all falling apart, you hear voices come and tell them this is going to stop, and it stops. So some people have more power than others, obviously. Yeah.
Holy shit, but isn't this the place where Flatsy goes to hang out and talk to him? And they
Yep. But she has her issues, I think, out of that too. So yeah.
Yeah, but we've heard Flatsy over there, and she's been, I'd say, inebriated, a little bit drunk, and they've been like almost in a way telling her to shut up, talking over her, and she got upset because she thought they were trying to push her out and that kind of thing. So they've got form.
Yeah.
they become the expert as well, right? Because they can shut other people down and shut them out, so there's only their point of view going on, and now they're the experts on relationships.
Is that what you would classify?
Well,
But they,
they seem to have missed out the fact that a lot of the guys in there are awful at relationships. One's like obsessive and stalks people. There's another one in there who sends women dirty DMs. There's another stalkery one as well. And then there's one who has form for scamming women out of money.
Yeah.
And this is all in the moderators, right? And above.
they're still there, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you bring up any of this, if you can't attack the person. Only the arguments.
You don't have a voice.
Only they can attack the people, and the arguments. You're not allowed to bring any of that up and say you're having a personal attack ad homs. Whatever.
It sounds like to me that they've got such a view on women that if you did bring up an issue, you'd be like, well, we know that women are more violent than men. So you kind of it's going to be an endless cycle of we're never going to help you or do anything. Sorry. Women just are screwed.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is anybody going to stand up and say anything? Or maybe they'll just wander off. Some global will come in and they'll slip off into flat Earth talk. Just, straight seamlessly into flat Earth talk.
Yeah, these people that are talking have got the Swan, like CB's moderator, Indio's moderator. So these guys that are talking now, they are the moderators of this channel.
Yep. Yeah.
This is what the
soulmate, dude. That's
right. No, I don't
not
know.
it. That's soulmate shit. That gross. Okay,
It's
that's
yeah.
Well, I mean, you've heard people during combat, right? So they're during a squad, and because they go through a bunch of shit, they're like bonded for life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I was in fucking. Kiwi was talking about last night when he's showing fucking pictures of people he was in Germany with in the service. Right, they're like bonded for life. When you're with somebody and you have kids and you go through a bunch of shit, that like the love and lust you have for someone when you first meet is nothing compared to just going through a bunch of shit, dude.
Yeah,
nothing.
I agree.
It's not even on the same fucking level. It's not. It's a whole nother fucking. Not even describe. It might not even be the same thing. Like to be honest.
QE. All I've ever heard of QE was he's been to Germany. Now, if it's talking about a combat situation, he wasn't in the Second World War, was he?
No, it's training, isn't it? It's just training barracks.
He's just there at some American base.
Just for training.
Because in the Cold War and when the wall was up, they had to go and do duty there and guard the wall. They were just swanning it up and down and going in all the brothels, drinking lots of German beer. He'd never seen any action in his life, just hanging out with a load of lads in a bar and marching up and down. I've heard some of his stories.
So he's showing pictures of when he went to Germany and telling these guys that he's bonded with them in combat situation. But
what a hero! Yeah, what a hero!
Really done any of that?
I drank one of those 2-liter beer things, glasses of beer down in one go. Woohoo!
This is like Bob was saying. Remember that with Bob, and he said the most stressful thing he ever had was getting told off for not doing enough push-ups by his drill sergeant. Maybe one of those sort of situations.
Yeah.
So the point being is that
are you guys watching this?
People don't think about
Dragon capsule coming back to the Earth. Lovely.
No, we're just going over.
That's what I've been doing all day.
You've been doing the the capsule coming back in.
Yeah, the media does a horrible job, man. They are focused on the 2 stranded astronauts, but it's actually 4 astronauts returned today. So, I'm telling you, man, sensationalizing news is a problem.
4 of them. Cool. We're just going over a video. We are live.
Just that like long-term shit. I don't, that's. I don't know.
There are certain
Years-
qualities you have to look
Yeah,
for
man,
that.
this is lovely.
If
They're
you're gonna
Yeah.
choose-
crashing. They're
Honor,
crashing.
dude.
Sorry,
And-
they're
but you
splashing
also-
down in the ocean right now. For beautiful memes, parachutes. Hey, look, we're looking at the horizon of the Earth. It looks curved to me.
Nice. We are watching
it's
a
like a s-
video, Rob.
It's like a surreal movie.
Yeah. Passionate. You can't blame his passion.
Yeah, good old. We love you, Rob. Yeah, fine. Yeah, he's passionate. Yeah.
To say,
100%.
is this chick faking it?
Look at that. Look at that. Look
That's
at that.
also you have to be able to.
Entering the water. Boom.
Rob's watching a different
Crew
video.
name.
Yeah,
It's commentary.
Rob's in a different movie. It's strange there that Indio didn't regale any of his military stories. He's obviously not got any. He had to rely on QE.
QEs, yeah.
He didn't say, when I was in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever, and da-da-da, and we were there 3 years on duty, or did 5 tours or whatever. He didn't have any stories of his own. There's only QE showing a few photos of them, being, overpaid and over here. They used to say about the Americans in the UK. Overpaid and over here. One yank and they're down.
It won't be
kind of
that
thing.
long ago, though, really, will it?
No, I'd imagine, I don't know,
Yeah, with
80s,
QE.
70s, 80s maybe, 90s even. I don't know how old QE is, but certainly he's not a veteran of the Second World War when he was fighting in Germany. And I think many people got to Germany to fight. It was probably, around France, Belgium, whatever, heading towards Germany.
Concerned whether she's faking being an honorable person.
Yeah, F.
Right.
Well, Batman said he wanted to set up a debate between me and Indio.
Who did?
F.E. Batman.
Oh, really? With India? We are talking. India's talking right now. We're going over.
Yeah, do a bit of research right now, Rob.
Yeah, I want to take on all of these top-notch flat earthers. They're such nonsense talking people. You know what I mean? QE,
Oh,
yeah.
You're definitely missing out on some nonsense talk.
I don't know whether they do debates, do they? Are you expecting to go over to 24/7 and set up a debate with Indio?
No, he said it. He's the one that came into my message there randomly and just said, "Hey, I'll set up a debate between you and Indio." I think they a lot of them have told me that I'm different, So I don't, but they hate me.
Well, I think what they mean is you're not of the standard group of globers that they know of, so you're sort of different.
Yeah, have you not been approached by any of the Globe Discord, YouTube, Globe aficionados yet, Rob?
A couple of them friend me, but I don't know who are the top notch ones. I just talk to them,
So what servers have you been in? You've been here, you've been to 24/7, you've been to Earth Awakenings, you've been to Gem Pandas.
Who?
Gem Panda, Globe Gangsters.
No, I haven't been to that. Oh, I need to go over there.
Well, I don't know whether you need to go over there. I wouldn't say that.
Gem Pandas is called Debate Flat Earth and More.
Do flat earthers show up over there or no?
Pete Shea might be over there.
Occasionally.
I'd say they're all flat earthers, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't been, offered a position somewhere.
No, because it's on this side of the house. It's like it's established. It's like we're not really trying to group together. everybody in the world is a glober.
Yeah,
It's just
people on the
these.
globe, right? They don't
Right.
really need a room, do they? Because
Exactly. We don't really need.
Got your own room. Got your own globe room.
Yeah. Okay. The rooms we have as globe, quote unquote, are just rooms that talk about science topics. And that's that's it. Like
Or
what's basic
geometry.
food today, and the splashdown, the return of the astronauts, and that's it. That's what we talk about. We don't.
Yeah, well, there's some different. I think there's some different breeds of globers around, and obviously, there is a hierarchy too. It seems.
Yeah, there is a dogma
But-
as well, isn't there? You don't want to be stepping out of that dogma.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Cool. But like I say, if you are approached, don't forget to come and see us and say hello in a kindly way, like we've always known you. 'Cause it may
sure,
change. It may change if you. You'll see. I don't know. It may change.
Okay. So you mean like Duffy and them guys?
No, not Duffy specifically, but there's some other sort of globers around that I'd imagine might bend your ear to a certain opinion.
Depends.
That's up to you.
You're
You're a strong man. You're a strong man. You'll make up your own mind, I'm sure.
Well, that's what Duffy. I mean, Will Duffy, he needs to do. Doesn't he have
Will
YouTube
Duffy will
channel?
talk to you if but I don't think. I think he needs to get something from it, and I don't know what. There's not much that you could sort of offer him, is it? He's after trying to destroy flat Earth, so.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have group session. Like how flat earthers have their YouTube channel, and it's like 5 of them, 5 faces talking gibberish, right? Will Duffy can have, like a couple of us there talking about, like, for example, the splashdown today. Why, set that up.
Oh, he's got Jaren. Jaren's doing that, watching that for him. He's the new guy to watch all the. You should see Jaren. Yeah, he's covering all the moon landings and the space stuff and rockets. He's doing that. Duffy's got McToon and Fight the Flat Earth or Craig. Yeah, they've got their representatives.
Yeah,
and Duffy's got his church. He's got his religion. So I don't know. Maybe there's a position for you anywhere there. I don't know.
Are you fond of the Young Earth?
Oh, those people are hilarious.
Well,
Young Earth
Will
creationists.
Duffy. And the guy that McToon's got to do the Flurf Wiki. He's a Young Earth creationist as well. So they may have the uses for the globe, at least.
Young Earth is such nonsense.
What do you think about the Church of the Globe? Because there
Church
isn't
of the Globe.
Yeah, there isn't many, is there? Because the flat earthers have got a lot of passages or whatnot that they rely on.
Oh, right.
Do you not think it's about time they started introducing the globe into the church?
I think so. I advocate for that.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think Will Duffy's trying to do, right? He's trying to set up a denomination of a globe within the church framework.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, there's plenty of scripture that tells you the earth is spherical of some sort. It has curvature and all these kind of things. But
Flatsoid. You need to speak to Flatsoid then. He's the biblical flat earther. He likes to talk about scripture and stuff.
Oh, man, yeah.
Ideal.
Yeah, I can go after
and
him.
flat earth. Yeah.
Book of Job. They hang the earth up on nothing. Psalms. Genesis 1:8. Yeah, come on.
Rakia is the word you need to know about.
Yeah, I know. They say rakia means, it's hard because, it's a Hebrew word for firmament. No, brother. God told you what it was already. God called the firmament heaven. Genesis 1:8. It's over. It's done. It's a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the man.
Well, if you're going to talk to Indio, you better have a different view on women.
Oh, what happened? He's part of the LGBTQ community.
No,
No,
he
yeah,
doesn't really
you should
like
listen to
women.
that's what we've been listening to. We've been listening to he's one of the oldest members of the Flat Earth movement, in this area. And
in Discord.
he's kind of given his opinion and his research on the way of the world concerning women and their position in society. Very enlightening.
Oh, he's one of those that think that women shouldn't teach in church and all these kind of things.
Oh, he did say something about church. I don't know if we've got to that bit yet.
No,
He's a hard time with them even being mothers, evidently.
Whoa. Yeah, Paul said it in Corinthians that women should not teach in church and stuff like that. But remember, Paul was not an apostle. He did learn under a couple of other apostles, but he's not. And he gave a lot of his opinions. They're not words from God or Jesus Christ, but they're good guidelines.
Do you want to come and listen to this, and then we can get this finished?
I don't think Indio knows that about Paul in the book of Corinthians. So
you have to set your topic up for debate. Hopefully you get to do a debate. I don't think anybody's ever had a real debate. Good to see them starting that sort of stuff up. To be honest, I think they are going to be lacking for where the flat Earth and the globe Earth can debate.
Thing, dude. Just a pro tip for anyone listening: you need to vet your chick for like 6 months.
But let me listen to this Indio stuff.
Yeah. Come
on.
In.
To a year. Fuck all this like rushing into a relationship 2 weeks. Like you can find out if she's fake after a couple months. She can't hold it for that long.
Well, there's a thing. Not everybody thinks stealing, lying, cheating to get what you want is morally wrong. But they know there's other people that think they're morally wrong, and they'll pretend to be that way.
It. Yeah.
But then when, the honeymoon's over and the makeup comes off, and
she's gonna lie to your ass.
Yeah, exactly. Or people also revert to the mean. They just revert to they can only fake it for so long. They eventually revert to who they really are. So, you got to look for honorable qualities, but also you have to look for, is this fake? Is this fake honorable qualities? And the only way to really test that is in situations of stress or where they have to think quickly and don't get to think about how they manipulate the situation. How do they act then, right? When it's just the response, because people with principles act as if those act with those principles as a foundation, right? So they can't actually deviate from what they would normally do. You know what I mean? It's because it's a foundation of your personality.
Need to be tested, Emma, and also Indio shouldn't say principles. It's not one of his best words.
Get your umbrella out.
This is like listening to, you're sat in a pub and you go in the pub quite a lot, and there's always this one guy, usually drunk, and everyone knows, don't start him talking, otherwise you're going to have to sit there and listen to him waffle on for hours.
Or you get him started talking and you leave your buddy with him and go, ha ha, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll just go and get a pint and sit over there.
Yeah. Man, I gotta take a piss.
I'll
be right back.
Get the drinks in. You chat with Indio. He's an interesting fella over there, just in the corner. Have a chat with him while I get the beers in.
He's the guy that's been in the pub as long as the pub's been built, and he's got a reputation that you You can't piss
Yeah.
off Indio because he will lose his temper.
Yeah,
He's
the
got his own
chances
glass
that
on the
he's the
top shelf.
landlord, right?
Yeah.
If your foundation of personality is not to lie, cheat, and steal, right? And then you're in a stressful situation, your gut instinct isn't going to be to lie, cheat, and steal, right? When you don't have time to think about it, you're just going to revert to, like, you're going to have your instinct of who you are, and that's what's going to come out. The thing is, I don't believe in shit testing people. I don't think that that's fair. I just don't think that's fair. I just don't think it's...
Fair.
But that's one way to find out. Shit test them, put them in a situation where they have to react and they don't have time to think and see what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Orion was here to hear all this, dude. I feel
I
bad
wish
for him,
Orion,
dude.
we should
He's
bring
saying,
him.
What sort of a person shit tests somebody like that?
I wonder how many he's shit tested.
He says he doesn't like to
don't
do
know.
it, but he's giving in
I've never-
advice to do it. But
I've never gathered anybody's stool before, so I don't know.
do you ever think, oh, this girl's all right? I mean, everything seems to be good. I think what I'll do is I'll try shit testing, because I mean that might go
That's
well,
what you do?
might not go well.
How to win over a girl 101. Keep going.
Shit test.
like, you sound really pissed off, dude. That
He is pissed off. I can tell, bro. And listen, he's not speaking. He's speaking for a lot of guys. A lot of guys.
I know, dude.
When he says
I know,
stuff
dude.
like that. Like, and I get it too, bro. It's listen.
I can
man.
only empathize to a
Since we
degree,
are
man,
cooked.
because yeah, I know. I can only empathize to a degree because I don't know because from an experiential level of what I experienced, like being that age, I never had problems with chicks ever. I had problems with chicks in the other way.
Sure. I
Fuck,
get
dude,
that.
they're all
Always
up the
the
house
other
at the
way.
same time. Holy fuck, dude. Where's my window?
Yeah,
How do I
yeah.
get out of here?
Yeah.
Yo, my friend was such a stud. He had 3 girlfriends. They all came to the house together. He talked his way out of that shit, and when they left, he was still girlfriend. They were all still his girlfriend. Dude, it's so fucking funny.
Never happened. Shit that never happened.
Or we're like dogs. We're just loyal type of thing. And a lot of guys. I mean, there's that study. 1 in 3 guys in the last couple years are either virgins or sexless.
That's crazy.
And like, that's high number.
That should be the women.
33%. No, they have total access. Like,
No,
they
but
get
that stat should be reversed, man. That should be the woman's stat.
1 in 3 is not having it. Yeah,
Yeah, 1 in 3 women should be virgins at least.
and it's that's right. You're right.
Oh, that's the other thing Andrew did, right? They were like on the show, like they were like, oh, they were talking about chivalry, and she was like,
oh,
chivalry's just giving like decency or whatever, and he's like, no, he's like, chivalry's a privilege, and he said, and they got that benefit because they were virgins, and they were ladylike, and he goes, who on this panel is a virgin? No, none of the girls. There's like fucking 10 girls there. Raise their hands. And then he goes, who's in a relationship? Right? And they all raise their hands.
Oh, wow.
So all of them are non-virgins in a fucking relationship, and they want chivalry. I don't fucking think so.
Yeah.
Ladies get chivalry. Ain't no ladies in this panel.
So when he was a teenager,
acting.
Oh, sorry.
When he was a teenager and he had a room full of chicks, he was kind of depleting the amount of virgins that he requires, that he thinks they should be. He
That
was
age.
Yeah, at that age, he was making sure there weren't enough virgins around like there should be.
Well,
and it was obviously their fault, the women. It was
Stories
obviously
of that, but I mean, whether
Yeah.
it actually happened or not.
Whether it happened,
He did go to
yeah.
His friend had.
Yeah.
It wasn't him; it was his friend. straight after.
Thing weird when you give them chivalry too. Like even try to hold the door for a girl or let her go first or something, and she's like, "No, you." Or
How
some
long
girls
have
don't
you been
accept it
doing
very
this?
well. So it's
Really?
like, I mean, it's usually like the lesbian types or like, I'm married to this
40
girl.
years.
There's some girls that are like weird like that, where you try to be like a gentleman and they like don't like that dynamic, so they'll try to force their dominance over you and stuff. It's like, relax, bitch. But it's like, so I don't know. It's usually the lesbian type of girls though, and stuff like
Dude, I
that.
must be sheltered or something, man. I don't know. I just don't. Man, any bitch fucking gives me a hard time for fucking holding the door open for them. I'll fucking shut the door on them. With them in the gym, dude. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I ain't taking that guff.
People.
Y'all heard of the
Dude,
canoe
dude,
test?
is that where you, like, shoot someone in the head to see if you can canoe their skull?
No, it's a test to see if you're compatible with a woman. Take a 4-hour canoe ride with her. If you can make it through it, then you should be good to go. But I've seen it firsthand, a newlywed couple taking the canoe, all of us going down the river, and oh man, they were fighting the whole way. It was terrible.
Wow.
And yeah, they didn't last a year.
Damn. You know, it's like such a simple
It doesn't
thing too.
surprise me.
You should ace that. You know what I mean? You should totally ace that. That's such a. You just have to just go along with the flow of the water. You know, like.
You got to be. It's teamwork. You have to be equal teamwork because the balance and all that in a canoe. Yeah. So yeah, I can imagine them. I can imagine couples fighting, doing that. Yeah, but you got to be really in sync, kind of thing, and you're like a team.
I like that.
If one starts to take over or something, yeah, they'll sink. But that's a good analogy.
I do like that.
The foundation to all that shit is trust. It really is, but it's like a trust that the other person is not out to get you and has your best interest
All
in
he
mind.
needed was a
So when they say, "Hey, do this," you trust that they're telling you for a good reason and not a bad reason. If you assume that that person has like some ill intent, ill motive, that's when like the friction starts. So like you said, an example canoeing. Someone's in the front, someone's in the back, and like the person in the front can perceive the motion of the canoe in a way you can't from the back, and they'll try to say, "Hey, do this instead of that." If you think that they're just being bossy or fucking assholes, like you're gonna resist that, and then like it just. But if you trust a person, if the person's just telling you to do something, not in an egotistical way, but to get the fucking canoe moving,
Have you not noticed yet? He's an expert
like you
on
won't have a problem.
absolutely
A lot of people,
everything and anything.
I know, like how he knows everything about everything. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's that one drunk guy in the pub.
Yeah.
Who's been everywhere and done everything better than you've ever done it.
people just don't even trust like the other person at a fundamental level. They do a superficial level, but not like at a fundamental level. You have to trust the person as your best interest in mind, right? When they want, like when they say, "Hey, do this," "Hey, do that," or whenever they do something, they're doing it for your best interest. What they perceive it to be. Now they could be wrong, but that's not the point. The point is their motivation is your best interest, and you should be the same way reciprocally, the other way. You should be doing things in that person's best interest in mind. It's really fucking simple, dude. It's not even complicated.
Deep,
and that's really if you don't have fucking trust, you ain't got shit, dude. You really have nothing.
He's not got much, has he?
Yeah, after seeing what I saw with that couple, I'm thinking if I
did you think they trusted each other?
That girl.
Think they trusted?
Oh hell no. It was really bad. It was, like they had to like pull over, switch like front and back seats, and yeah, just yelling at each other. It was bad, but I think that's a good test. Like for me, when I pick a girl, I'm gonna take her canoeing, and if it goes well, I think I might propose to her.
Catch you later, Coco.
It's the simple things in life.
It is. It's really not complicated, dude. It's fucking shit is super simple at some levels.
Sail down the river.
Are you
That
married,
easy.
Indio?
Refuse to answer that question. I've been with the same woman since 1994. We have 3 children.
What was
My
that?
wife just overheard your rant there.
He's had the same woman since 1994, but refuses to say whether he's married. 3 kids.
Whew. Okay.
Huh.
There, and I think you put me in the fucking doghouse, brother. Misogyny.
Why? What'd I say wrong?
Just bashing.
Oh,
Women don't
I'm saying-
understand. What is it? Statistics? No, probability and.
Oh yeah, they don't. They don't.
I was like, look, babe, look. No, you should have seen her eyebrows.
What was her argument? Hold on. What was her argument? I understand it. Proving my point.
Wow.
Well, you could just ask her what's specific.
Look, if you make a generalized statement and someone goes, "I'm the exception," then they don't understand statistics. So if I said, "Hey, women don't understand statistics," and she's like, "Well, I do," that's literally making my argument for me.
I think she was just surprised that you had generalized that.
Well, I
basically-
generalize because I see it all the time. Right? They have these shows, right? And the men will make a general statement, and then the women will chirp in, well, how they know that there's some exception. Yeah, great, there's an exception, but we're making a general statement. Like, that's how we can, like, you make rules on the generalities, not on the exceptions, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a saying that's, stereotypes exist for a reason.
Yeah, there's that too. But like, you do things with the generalities. You don't do things with the outliers.
I'm just saying, I had to sit there and be like, hey, look, this guy he's pretty bright. I've seen him, whip people around, by their short hairs. And I don't condone, everything he's saying here.
Maybe she should go into the world and test whether what I said is correct by making general statements to her female friends and see what their response is.
Well, I'll just say I think I married an exceptional woman, so that's probably why she, because she's not like that. I definitely married an exception. I'll just say that she's fantastic. But a lot of these women nowadays,
CV can back me up on this response that women have to these general statements. Like, this shit happens all the time, man.
Yeah, I know. We all live in the world, and you don't even need anybody to back you up. I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying that you're
somebody is coming up against him,
getting some, earning me some dirty looks.
If I was I'd be like, I think I'm gonna hug my wife when she gets home.
She's there. That dude's talking about his wife. She must have been listening to
Heard it.
and going like, "What the fuck is he talking about? Like, he's one of your mates, really?" And he's not like, "Well, he flat smacks people.
Yeah,
he can do that. He's a killer on that."
Top-notch flat earther. I mean, God, are we gonna like call him out on his misogyny? Come on, honey.
Yeah.
Row with me here. We're in the same boat.
Come on, teamwork.
Teamwork. Good. I got the left side. You got the right.
And she's in the background there going, "You fucking tell him. You fucking tell him."
Yeah. Oh, no. He doesn't really mean it.
Yeah.
He doesn't mean it. If you don't do it.
This guy's going to... I'll flat smack your wife for it. Get her on the line. You give her the mic.
Yeah, you get her to tell her friends about this shit and test it. Where's the experiment, I've said.
Yeah, where's the naturally observed phenomenon? Yeah, when I punched him in the nose.
Said women don't understand statistics, and they say they do. They've proven my point. I got this shit. in
There's
lockdown.
obviously the woman with a lower consciousness who's told this guy he better step up and say something to Indio.
Yeah.
But she's not as intelligent or aware as he is. He was just letting it go by,
Bless
Well, you do worry about too much. Talking with your girlfriends and that.
Yeah, I mean, keeping a good relationship and having a happy life. I mean, that's. I mean, you're in a boat together and you're trying to work things out. Indio's like, fuck that. I run this shit. I teach them all everything. They got to be taught this shit. I'll just get a fucking trolling motor. Forget it.
I'll just go back on Discord. Fuck it.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand me. Yeah, she just doesn't get me.
When I talk
I'll
about
go
women, it's the
Max
girls
inside.
in the current dating market. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
we're talking about modern women. We're not talking about like
No, that's
Gen
talking about
X or
your
fucking
woman.
boomers or anything like
if you're already in a relationship and you're doing your thing, that's the goal ultimately. But we're kind of like flaming the younger ones or the ones in
I
the
should have made the
dating
line of demarcation. Any fucking person born after 1989 or something.
There you go, brother.
like
Did all you women out there hear that?
See, he's a bit meek, isn't
The
he?
cutoff would probably
He's not.
Oh,
He's kind of deferring to him, really. He's kind of having to sort of chuckle along a bit. He isn't really saying, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah, but the guy with the
talking about,
wife,
man.
the guy with the wife in the background goes, "Did all you women hear that?"
Yeah.
It's like, no, yeah. Holy cow, man.
Yeah, I mean, Indio said about, all of the women born after this sort of time, which is, I presume,
1989.
his kids. Like, his kids would have been, if he's got any women, young daughters, then that's who he's talking about. The kids born after he got with his missus when he's got 3 kids. Possibly talking about his own kids. Don't know. He might not have any women. Might be all blokes.
be 94 maybe.
94.
Yeah. Well, my wife
somewhere
was born in 75, so she's definitely outside of that.
Well, I was born in 72, so we're the same generation. Now I know why she was offended. Because
72.
Now
so
I
what's
know
that?
why she was offended.
Well, I thought the ones before that were
Hang
born
on.
prior were. Oh, okay.
I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused by what the cutoff is actually meaning in it. So, am I okay or am I not okay?
You're okay, right? But your daughter, she's one of
not
the
okay.
ones that he's talking about, I think.
Yeah, but that guy said his wife was born before.
Yeah.
He said, I see what the problem is. And it's like, wait, I'm still like not following this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not
but
talking about his wife and, the other wives. He's talking about modern, and I don't know why he's bothered about modern things.
Yeah, but the guy that
he's
spoke
out
up
of the
said his
fucking
wife was
market.
born in. But he's the guy that
Oh,
spoke
maybe
up said
he's
his
not
wife was
then.
born in
Well.
70. Maybe you need to.
Yeah,
go
Indio
back
gave him
and-
a pass. Indio gave him a pass. He can go back and say he wasn't talking about you, darling.
Yeah, don't worry
It
about
was,
it.
it's the other one. You're
just
12
our
years
kids.
out. It's fine.
He's only
I
talking
think
about
you need to
the
go back
kids.
and listen to that bit again because
Yeah.
I think it was the other way.
How long?
So he's 50
Maybe
odd.
I misunderstood.
I'll go back. I'll give it 30 seconds, right? Here we go.
Yeah,
52, 53 then.
person born after 1989 or something.
There you go, brother.
like
Did all you women out there hear that?
I think the cutoff would probably be 94 maybe.
Yeah.
Well, my wife
somewhere
was born in 75, so she's
Well, I was
definitely
bo-
outside of that.
Well, I was born in 72, so we're the same generation. Now I know why she was offended. Because she understands statistics.
Okay, so he did give her a pass.
Yeah.
I thought she
just said that she doesn't
his
understand
age.
it.
Yeah, she doesn't understand. She hasn't got the intelligence to understand statistics, but
Because she's born at 75, that she does understand statistics because she was born at the same time as him, ish.
Well, unless he's a leader of a cult, and he's kind of just where they sort of take your wives and your girlfriends and your daughters and that. Maybe he's thinking, oh, I've upset this sister. I better make amends. Sorry, I meant 1994.
Well, he's a 50-odd-year-old guy.
53 we got him now, yeah, 72.
So what's he talking about? He's trying to give advice to people. Is it 53-year-old flat earther that's hanging around in a flat earth server telling
the young guys how to deal with 1994 and younger women?
Because he obviously has a lot of experience in that, for whatever reasons. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Oh yeah, definitely, very much so.
Yeah, we're the last generation to get a good education.
Oh man, I know. I was born in '85. I'm 40 years old, and I feel like I got a pretty good education. But I feel like it went down from the generation behind me. I can see it. I just had more tech involved in mine.
Yeah, when I say good education, I mean a good basic education.
Yeah,
I don't mean like the upper level shit. That really varied by like where you went to school. So there's some school systems where you would get like they'd fucking teach you calculus in fucking 8th grade, but like other schools they didn't even have any of that shit. So I'm just talking about basic reading, writing, arithmetic. We're probably the last generation, Gen X, to learn cursive script, how to write in script. So I don't even think they teach that shit anymore. Kids now, they just fucking use a keyboard. Do they even write shit?
What?
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. I love cursive, dude.
Dude, like, I don't know, right? Has he got kids? Like, I don't know how old his kids are. Kids still write, don't they? Don't they?
Well, yeah, they do write. Yeah. My daughter certainly writes. Both of them.
Yeah, I think
write
in the UK we do. I'm like thinking about the Americans. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, there was a short, brief time where they did take the cursive out of the curriculum, but they did end up adding it back like within the last 8-10 years. So it's not like they took it out and it's never come back.
Yeah, well, the way Indio's talking, it like only happened in the 70s. Like they stopped it pretty much.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah, I thought this was earlier, but here we go. This is funny.
I actually write all my checks in cursive. That way I know. I know if somebody tried to forge my checks.
Dude, I write so little with a pen. Like when I have to sign my kids' permission slips, it's like fucking. I feel like I'm crippled because it's like the only time I ever use a pen is in between signing permission slips, which are like a month apart. So it's like
feels crippled.
I just do everything.
Does he really feels crippled after writing some permission slips? His kids can't be that old, can they?
Well, not permission slips. Obviously not. They can't be that old.
94.
But he's they're fucking kids. They never write anymore. They don't teach them. Oh, I never use it. I can't remember the last time I wrote. Funny.
Permission slips for his kids, and he's 50 odd. I mean, good luck to him. That's impressive. That you'd have to be like 10? I don't know.
Could be, yeah. Well, he says he's been with his wife since.
Permission
when
slips
was that?
for what?
94.
Yeah,
94. Oh, that's funny as he chose 94, isn't it?
Yeah.
He said 89. Well, yeah, say 94.
Yeah.
So she only just sneaked in then. Maybe not.
No. That's when he got with her.
Oh, right. He's talking about age, born 94, yes.
Yeah. So he's talking about any
94.
of his kids, if he's got any female kids. That's what he's
2004,
talking about.
2014. So that's 32 years. 3 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and so some of them are he's still signing permission slips for them.
Permission slips,
On
yeah,
a
to school or
keyboard,
something.
so I almost never write anything anymore.
Apart from the permission.
I can still do it though. It's like riding a bike, man.
Oh,
Yeah, well, when I stopped writing cursive for, a decade or so, in my 20s, I forgot how to write like T's and F's. My name starts with a fucking T. You don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, it's like the timing feels weird. It feels like I don't know. I just feel uncoordinated doing it. And it's super sloppy. I'm thinking these teachers just think I'm on fucking drugs when they read my handwriting.
And it's probably par for the course for what they have to read.
Yeah, true.
And they might know that you're a flat earther.
Yeah, I mean, what we're talking about is just basically modern, what people are going through, like in dating and shit. I'm out of that game, dude. Like I've been on that game for a long time. Fucking glad.
Still trying to get
Yeah, me too. Best place to meet a woman's in church, though. I'll say that.
I don't know about that anymore. I've heard that that's not a good place anymore.
Yeah.
Well, CB, isn't it like the biggest hoes are in church because they're repenting for their sins?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I've heard that too, but I've also heard
Did he say the biggest hoes in church?
Are in church, repenting for their sins, yeah? He's a Christian guy. He's in an impossible situation of finding a good woman, isn't he? Goes to church, they're all hoes. They're all no intelligence, no awareness, can't have children, don't know how to bring up a family.
Have to be taught.
No good at
to be a
parenting.
mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd just say, I'm glad I'm not one of these flat earthers, right? Because it gets worse every fucking moment, doesn't it? Like, it does get worse and worse, this thing.
It does.
Better place.
These are...
The tea shop, like, if you see someone reading a book somewhere, like, that's a good sign usually.
Laundry mat on a Saturday morning. Now you know they didn't go out, they didn't go party. They're up early in the morning, so they're not hungover.
The laundromat means that they don't have their own washer or dryer. Wonder why that is.
Because they're poor and they're desperate. And you're a white knight, come save them.
So that makes him a good woman then?
Well, it means you're not sleeping around for money. It's a different era, right? So a woman can just go.
Would it not require you not to have a washing machine and shit as well? Because
what are you doing hanging around the laundromat on a Saturday morning?
You're going going around the laundrettes just looking
with an
for
empty
women.
basket, trying to find a wife. Checking out her washing, make sure she hasn't got any men's stuff in there. Find out she's single. No kids' clothes, no men's clothes. Find out that she's actually Kate. She was an immigrant who just had a job cleaning. Had to do somebody else's washing. Wow.
Oh, I'll send you a picture of a boob if you cap at me freaking $100, dude. It's all kinds of weird fucking borderline prostitution shit going on. So if a woman is broke, CB, tell me I ain't lying. Okay,
And it's like that, and then it ramps up, all the way up from there.
Yeah, so women now are like Okay, so friend zoning some dudes, right? So you friend zone 5 guys, and whenever you need a little bit of money, go, hey man, hey John, how are you? Can you I'm short on my rent this week, $50. Can you send me $50?
Who
So you
listens
got
to
like 30 guys
this?
doing that shit.
Like Emma was saying, I mean, everybody knows this dude.
It's a situation, man. Like it's crazy, dude.
Isn't QE called John?
Yeah.
So if the chick is broke at the laundromat, you know, well, if you live around here, it's one thing because she's probably a college student, right? Fucking, or maybe a waitress working somewhere. Well, they're big hoes. You probably don't want them. Restaurants are fucking horrible. They're all fucking each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like their own little community in there, dude.
The church, the laundromat, the restaurant. Fuck.
It's a good job he's got a woman already, isn't it? Because he's not leaving much hope for anyone else.
I've just heard that churches are horrible. That the women there.
Look, yeah, that other Indio and that other guy, they've already got their women, right? And Indio, who's like that other guy's like, hey, wait a minute, I've got a good woman. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Indio, because you're meant to have a woman. Like, where's all of this doom and gloom coming from? He doesn't fucking care, does he?
Have you seen the Furry Freak Brothers? Do you know that cartoon?
No.
He's a bit like they're these stoner Cheech and Chong type cartoon guys. Oh, very hilarious. But I just imagine these kind of cartoon characters of Indio and this other guy roaming around, you know, going to the restaurant, trying to find a wife. They go to the church. Oh, they're all full of hoes. Go to the laundromat. They're all full of teenagers and college grads who's selling their underwear or something. And then where was the next one? He went to the restaurant. Go to the restaurant. I wonder where they're going to end up.
In the church. It's been the church.
Yeah. Yeah,
but like he doesn't even need. He's got a woman already. I don't know what he's talking about these stories for.
Research.
Yeah.
The best researchers are flat earthers. He does this in his spare time. He goes around researching the dynamics of population and things like that, and gender, all sorts of things he does. He's done a lot of research. Best researchers in the world.
They're there because they're like born again virgins, right? So they went out, had their fun, and now they're in church repenting. Well, I mean, I've heard people talk about. I heard Kevin Samuels talk about this. That he ran a ministry, right? He had like a singles thing where he was trying to do like matchmaking through the church. And two different churches he talked about, and it just didn't work because the women are just like they're modern women, man.
Yeah. Times have changed.
Dude, I heard even dudes in like Atlanta, Georgia. So Atlanta, Georgia is known for having like a high female to male ratio, like a ridiculously high one. It might be 3-to-1 or 2-to-1 or something. It's high. And even the dudes out there are having trouble like getting, wife material.
Where's that?
Based as well.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. So sorry for you, Atlanta people out there.
He gets around.
Yeah.
He's been doing some weekends away research.
3-to-1.
105 to 100 men.
Statistics.
Single adults, unmarried, 50% of women and 48% of men. Now let's look up single mothers in Atlanta.
Georgia peaches.
Oh boy. Why'd you gotta go there? Okay, in Atlanta, 39.9% of families are headed by a single mother. The overall percentage of single parent, 46%. Okay, so
Is he doing statistics?
You just got total single payment families, 17,000. So you just got what was that number?
He's googling.
Yeah.
The King Google version. He's
Okay, the girl to guy ratio is 105 to 100. But then the unwed is 54 to 48%. But out of that 54%, a large percentage is single mothers. So if you're a single male, right, which 6% was the single father thing, so maybe you can knock that down to 44 and knock the woman's down to frickin' 40. Right? So you have a huge fucking disparity, dude. In eligible single unwed mothers, eligible single unwed men. So even in Georgia, it's like was like a problem.
Oh, it's a problem.
The dating dynamics is just changed, dude. It's just changed. And I'm looking at this. I have no skin in the game, dude. I'm just looking at it as a passive outside observer, saying this shit ain't right. This shit is it's a dead end.
It's not right.
Yeah, I can confirm. I've been single since like 2022 after a divorce over flat Earth, basically. I've had a rate of one potential like good quality woman per year that I found, and of course they didn't work out. But like, yeah, that's the rate I'm going. And
divorce over flat Earth? No, it wasn't. Was not. It was not that. Doesn't matter what she said. She said it was that. It was definitely not that, dude. That's not.
Don't be saying it was because of flat Earth. Like, that's not what we want to hear in this fucking room. We're all flat earthers. Don't be telling people you split up and you've had a divorce about flat Earth. Don't be telling people you've been sacked because of flat Earth. Certain shit you can't say round here.
Flatzoid. Roger.
That's not it, dude.
I know that was the start of it. I'll just say that. I won't go into it too much, but that was the start of it.
No, it wasn't.
The downward spiral, drifting apart, and all that.
Statistics.
Yeah, it was, dude. That was the start of it. No, it wasn't. It's like, yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. Don't be saying that round here.
Oh, it wasn't. That was an excuse. That was an excuse. It had nothing to do with it.
Bit of gatekeeping going on for there,
Look, man.
Pastor.
Yeah,
if a woman
That's how it goes.
is stuck on her duty, you could believe that fucking aliens are flying out your asshole. She's gonna still stick around.
What?
Wow.
But then it isn't flat Earth. It's just your duties as a husband and father you're not upkeeping. That wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter what the reason is.
Yeah, no, I admit I didn't have my priorities straight when I picked her in the first place. So, flat Earth
It was her fault.
So she gave good head.
So then what do you think is the reason for the high number of single women or single mothers in Atlanta, Georgia?
Lots of flat earthers.
They're all chasing the same guy.
Yeah.
He's impregnating them.
So do you think that
they want Chad's DNA, and they know they're never going to get married? So it's better have a kid unmarried than have no kids unmarried.
And he's 6'5".
What percentage of that do you think falls on the man?
Oh, I'm not letting the man off the hook, dude. I'm not doing that at all. It's a dynamic, dude. It's a dynamic. I don't blame one side versus the other. It's a dynamic situation. The men are doing things, the women are doing things, and like we have the result.
This advice. I mean, who wouldn't take this advice from such?
Look, I'm all for responsibility, dude. If men rule the society and women are doing this shit, it's because we let it fucking happen. That's fucking simple.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm going to tell you what Andrew Wilson says. If all the men tomorrow decided that they were going to enslave all the women, we could do that. But if all the women tomorrow decide they're going to enslave all the men, they can't
It
do
would
that.
never happen.
Even if we gave them all the fucking guns. First.
We can't enslave women either, dude. It's not happening.
We could, though.
I don't think so.
But
Okay,
I think
tell
the
it.
biggest issue
Okay,
India-
Afghanistan. So in Afghanistan and Iran, they decided the women aren't going to do XYZ anymore. And do you know what happened? Women can't do XYZ anymore. Why didn't the
This is
women?
not Afghanistan.
Fry? Why didn't the women stop them?
Because that's always been the culture there.
Why didn't the women stop them?
I'm saying for the rest of us, man, not
The
Afghanistan.
men had all the guns.
Oh,
Like
they're
India,
special.
like America, it's not gonna happen.
I didn't say, dude. Are you unable to engage with hypotheticals? It's a hypothetical situation. I'm saying hypothetically, all the men decided, hey, we're going to enslave the women. We could. I didn't
But
say
he's
we
made up the
will.
hypothesis,
And the only one that could
and
stop
he's gonna
us from
control the
enslaving all the other
variables.
is other men. The women couldn't do it. Men have a monopoly on violence, dude.
That's not an experiment.
Effective violence,
Well,
I should say.
I think the biggest problem today is that they've almost reversed the roles, yeah? And I think that we've just got weak men. That's a really
Exactly.
big problem.
That's it. That's what I was alluding to.
Yep.
If it's this way, it's because weak men let it happen.
And the majority are weak now. This is the way that society's gone. You know, what's the saying? Hard times create hard men and good times create weak men. And we go through these cycles, yeah? And it'll change again. But at the moment, man, I don't know. If Australia has to go to war, we're in trouble, yeah? Because half our guys here are painting their fucking nails and, like, they may not be, you know, gay or trans or anything like that, but they act on that feminine side. And then we've got all these women who are very combative and argumentative and want to be in control. It's just a whole role reversal going on.
Like,
Yeah, but also in control, but without the ultimate responsibility. So that's the problem when
Correct.
these roles are reversed. They don't reverse evenly. It's
Ultimate.
not like all the attributes
What's
men
the
have,
ultimate
women picked up.
responsibility?
No, the women pick up some of them, and men pick up some of the women's. But they don't. They're not actually complementary anymore. They fucking actually work against each other, which is not good.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I wonder what he means by the ultimate responsibility.
I mean,
Now,
it'll change. Eventually, people die out or something. It's going to change one way or another, whether we like it or not, right?
Well, I think that things are just going to get a lot worse, and it's going to get to the point where something's going to have to change, and we're going to need some hard men again.
Yeah.
And the situation will create it, yeah, I think. That's my belief anyway.
Do you have a job, Indio?
No, I'm retired.
Okay. So your wife's out working, huh?
No, she don't work either. I said I'm retired. I didn't say I was broke.
And don't take it the wrong way either, yeah? Because my wife works, she doesn't have to work. We've got grown-up children that no longer require caring for, and she's got time on her hands and doesn't want to be in the house. So if she chooses that she wants to do that, then that's her choice. I don't have a problem with that, and I wouldn't stop her from doing what she chooses to do, yeah? However, I'm just about in the same situation as India, yeah? We don't need to work. My kids have grown up. She's chosen to do that for herself. So, you know, prior to that...
Indio's 53.
Yeah, he's retired.
And he's retired at 53. I mean, that's
Couple
all
of
right.
kids.
And he's got kids, and he's still signing the permission slips for kids. And
yeah,
he doesn't.
nothing else to do,
didn't
but-
say his wife was working as well. So it sounds like they're both retired, yet they've got kids. Nice. Must have done well for themselves.
Yeah.
I ran businesses, I looked after things, and that's just how it was. She looked after the kids, looked after the house, and looked after me.
Well, it sounds like you were talking about they needed your permission to do these things.
Why does anybody even let your fucking stupid ass in here?
Well, I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure Heretic perma bans you.
What?
You're useless. Guy's a piece of shit trash, dude.
What?
Man, these people
What
just
happened?
No,
They've got a ban list. He didn't make it right onto that ban list that quickly, did he?
What did he say that was...
It's there? Yeah.
Is it on the ban? Is he banned?
He's right there. Heyoka.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's literally just been talking, and it's 24/7 flat Earth current ban list.
Oh, hang on, I gotta get my glasses out. Now, what do I do with them?
Blood stickers on it.
Well, let's have a look.
See who else is on it. I can't see me on it. I know I'm on it.
Wow.
Okay, hey, right at the
That was
bottom.
Scott
there.
Mackey.
Yeah, Scott Mackey.
Scott Mackey's on there.
That Heyoka. Jesse.
He's under that red. He's under the red line. Make executive brief again. Fat man
down there. Literally, the dude was just talking, and he said, "I'm gonna make sure Heretic bans you for good," and he's just fucking current ban list. He made it onto it like within seconds of asking that question.
How did that other guy come on and defend, the women, or his wife at least?
Yeah,
and he didn't get banned. The
wow,
hell?
That's some quick fucking work, that. I don't know what that dude's done, but yeah.
He must have his finger on the ban button ready. I mean, or he's got a quick shortcut to it. That's fast.
That was quick.
Particular, Haruka, he's the worst, dude. He's literally the frickin' one of the worst people I've ever experienced on the internet.
So he's just banned him. Is he still on that list there? Or is that another fucking list? Look how many people they've got banned on there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For what though? If it only takes a little couple of words.
Asking a question like that, you're the worst person ever for asking him a question about whether he works.
No, dude.
Weird.
He is trash.
Man, my wife doesn't ask me for anything. She doesn't have to ask me for anything, but she's also not a retard and goes out and does stupid things either. She's a smart, sensible person, if she needs to buy something, she wants to buy something for herself, she knows what's in our account. She can go and buy whatever she wants. She doesn't need my permission. She wants to go and visit a friend. She doesn't need my permission. If she decides she's sitting at home and is bored and wants to go to work so that she can associate with other people, that's her decision. Far out.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you whose decision it's not.
Haruka's missus to go and buy a cup of coffee or something. No.
But
I mean, what kind of balls you gotta have to come in here and just even say something like that? Like, are you crazy, bro?
Did I miss something good? Holy shit.
No, Haruka, dude, he's just like, I gotta get that dude permanent banned. You know who I'm talking about, right, Crit?
Yeah, he's like he kind of sounds like he's native.
He's Herok, dude. He's a psychotic, dude. He's fucking totally.
He sounds like he's native. Is that what he just said?
He said something like that, yeah.
Sounds like he's a native.
Psychotic.
He says hero.
Is he actually native?
Well, I mean, he has like a native accent. He's a Bevite, I think. I think he's a Bevite who's using a voice changer.
What?
Maybe.
What?
Where did they get that from?
That's Crit. He's fucking Crit's on one.
Oh, he's
He's got a hard on
Crit.
for us.
Everybody's a Bevite.
I think he's using a voice changer too. Something's up with that, Mike.
Basically, a Bevite is somebody. The word flat is undefined. Like there's nothing that's flat in all of creation. The Earth is not
a visual surface condition defined as A flat is a visual surface condition. So, sorry about that, Crit.
Perhaps he's wound them up or something about maybe he said horizontal or something, this other guy. And that's how how did they link him to Bevites, Must be, what couldn't have been that, surely?
I don't know.
That wasn't.
He's one of the worst people. Like, he did say that. He's one of the worst. So, I mean, naturally, link him to Bevites or whatever.
And he does speak to thousands a week or a month.
But this is going out live now. Yeah. Whatever they've just been talking about, right? Women and whatever. Somebody asks a question and Crits come in, and now that's us, apparently.
Flat. And they always talk about
It's just a placeholder word for...
What the fuck? No wonder we're banned, right? So they can
the word flat is undefined. Like there's nothing that's flat in all of creation. The earth is not flat. And they always talk about
It's just a placeholder word for things that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, they would literally say that like nothing is flat. Nothing can be flat.
Things that are flat.
So what does that mean? That means we're using a word that we're using a word that doesn't refer to anything.
No, it's flat things.
Which is stupid on its face.
How can it not?
I mean, like technically, scientifically, I guess it makes sense because nothing can be truly flat,
Yeah, we know that there's nothing that's going to be perfect.
So is that what they're referring to, or
Yes,
what's wrong with that?
That's being pedantic asshole. But that would mean.
Well,
we know it's not flat, but those guys who says it's not flat, they're
saying
shit.
That there's nothing that's flat, but there are things that are flat because it's a visual surface condition. I just say that mountains aren't flat, right? Some things are flat. That's how we can tell what isn't flat, by knowing what is flat. These guys have got some sort of an idea that, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. It's seditious, isn't it, right? To tell a flat earther that mountains aren't flat seems to be a bit, it upsets them. It throws them off tilt. Like, it's not just the two rotations that struggle flat earthers.
So, it's hard to know really, but this guy, if he's been linked with you for whatever reason,
I don't know him.
No, but this seditious thought has now moved into him being banned, perma-banned, which is a treasonous act because somebody somewhere got upset because he asked you, have you got a job?
Yeah, and I think Crit's come in to sort of help him. It's like, it's okay, Indio, for you to have this idea about this person because actually we can link him to this other thing that we've also got a hate boner about. Perhaps. I mean, I don't know. It would require Crit or those guys to sort of release the ban and then we can have a conversation about it. But I'm guessing they're using it to bitch about things.
If nothing can be quote unquote truly flat, I don't even know why we have to add the qualifier because they try to omit the qualifier. They try to just say nothing's flat and they forget the qualifying word. They just
see when they say they're talking about Bevites now, and I'm not too sure exactly what he's talking about, but I mean we do say that things are flat. It's them that are saying this now.
Yeah, but just don't use a pleonasm when you're saying
flat.
Say nothing's flat. Then if you ask them to define the flat, what does flat mean? They won't define it.
A visual surface condition. It's defined, definitely. And I've been doing that for fucking ages. So don't say we can't define it when we do. Pillocks.
Then if you give me examples like, if I have something that's straight and it deviates from straight by 2 nanometers, is that flat? Like they won't like.
What?
Straight is straight.
Straight, not flat. So
Yeah.
straight's not flat. Ever. Nonsense. He's an expert on geometry now as well. You noticed he doesn't half switch, this guy.
Give you the bounds for what flat would mean. Like,
Yeah, but
so-
nothing can be straight either, right? Nothing can be straight or spherical or flat. Nothing can be anything really.
Yeah, but when you have these words,
Can be anything.
Nothing
really.
can be anything. They're letting him get away with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, surely, yes. Surely that's seditious.
Yeah.
You know, because he's directly going against the, he's saying
nothing
it's
can be
curved.
anything.
Yeah, and it can't be flat or straight. That is directly seditious.
they're supposed to mean things, and we use it for a purpose. Right? We don't have a word that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but he won't even agree it's an orient. But he won't is synonymous with flat, and that it can be described as an orientation. He's just fucking.
They all know it, don't they?
Though.
They all have an opinion.
Crazy like a Glober.
Yeah, that's funny too. You bring out D-Dub, because I just realized that I haven't heard Bev talk in a long time, but the shit Haruka and Bev do is the same pedantic bullshit, dude.
Oh,
what?
I don't
He
know
didn't
what
say anything.
Haruka did. He asked
What did he
the
say? He
question.
didn't say anything about flat or anything, did he?
And he's not heard me talk because they've banned me.
Yeah.
I did used to
How
go
can he
over
link
there.
the two
Right?
It's Crit who's brought this in there, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He
it's
hasn't heard you
incited the
talk.
rest of the crowd, hasn't it? It's sort of brought it.
Yeah, they can
into
something
it.
to rally around. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
That there he was dissing women all that time. For what? How long's it been? An hour or something?
Yeah.
Nobody says a word. Soon as somebody says Bev or Bevite, they all start coming out. Amazing.
How did people like that find each other? How did they run into each other? That people.
Who? I've never met the dude. How? Who did? Oh fuck.
The same mental illness.
Mental illness.
Internet, dude.
Perhaps we should meet. I don't know. I don't know why I need to meet this.
I mean, imagine the
person.
whole shtick being there's no such thing as flat, but things are level.
Yeah, how does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense because
if you're gonna be pedantic, you gotta be consistent at least.
Well, if you tell them that doesn't make any sense, you're gonna go down a 45-minute definitional fucking rabbit hole of what flat, level, and what words mean, what the fucking meaning of the universe is. It never ends, dude. That's a bottomless pit of stupid.
Oh shit.
Depends on what the meaning of is.
Does it?
He's a Glober though, right?
Hey, Fry, do you know that reference? What the definition of is?
No, what is that?
I think we want to maintain your innocence there.
Oh no, let's hear it.
It was a U.S. president under deposition, not wanting to answer a question.
Oh.
What? We're not going
And
to.
it gets degenerate. And it gets degenerate really, really quick.
Do you know one of the copes I heard? Crit, you're not going to read this back then. This is what they said. Okay, remember we said I didn't have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
What? Don't think we need to go any further than that. It's going to go into presidential talk. Beb's word games. I mean, somebody. I don't know where the word games are. I think we have our fans. Year after year. And there's no word games here. They're just conversational pieces other people use 24/7. They banned me. I'm going to go in there and have a chat with them. I think it's only right that they should allow that conversation to have, especially if they're talking about India having a debate. If they're opening up the floor for debates, I think we should be allowed to debate these things. Right. We'll have a quick tune. We do have our friend Robert has started up a Discord. If anybody wants to come into the Discord, ask us for his I want to just chat to them, basically to put all of the records straight, because they are talking shit about us, Emma. But I know they don't like to play fair game, and they like to ban us and then talk shit about us to the people in their chat, which is a typical flat earth dishonest sort of thing. I've learned it from people like Nathan Oakley and QE. Short song at the end here. Okie dokie. Well, here we go. I'm going to sort this. Has anybody got any final words you want to say for this before we go?
Well, that was amazing, really. That's amazing for people who represent a large group of people, and I don't know whether they think that's representative of them as well. Because if you do stand up and question it and say that's not us, then you're going to get shouted down like those guys were in there. One guy defended his wife, and so he wanted to turn it into an argument. Since you had something to say, it then became an argument. He wanted to try and get you into the semantics of it and his debate form, where he might try to get you into talking about why do you think something's bad, or where did you get that from, and get you into philosophical argument when you only just said, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you talking like that about people? Yeah, people with power, crazy. I mean, it's not real power, but have the power to silence people and assert a certain agenda, preach about it, and say the Bible's got them backed up, and dangerous times. Or not to be able to defend yourself or even ask any pertinent questions is kind of crazy. The truth should fear no investigation, they say. So.
But they are flat earthers. I mean, come on. If they can't make up shit about anybody else, then, I mean, what have they got? They've got no arguments. They've got no rebuttals to any questions. They can't even address any questions. So, if they can't make up shit about everybody else, then what have they got?
Yeah, I mean, some of the interesting stuff is seeing, a mirror of society going on and watching it play out, and how these things go from, like we've been talking about, from a seditious comment to a treason. The banning, the silencing, the what next? What happens then if they can't silence you? There becomes too many of you. What's going to happen?
The Inquisition
turn a lot of people.
Then,
yeah. The Inquisition, yeah.
Do you know why they hate truth?
Because
they can't make money off it when there's truth involved too much. It's all about the money.
How,
That's the
how
basis
much
of
money
it.
do you think these guys make, though? I mean, what?
It's
Where are
not
they
these
making
guys.
money?
It's not these guys. As long as you can keep enough people believing in it, the people back at the court can make money. As long as you can keep enough people believing.
Believe in what, though? I
Oh,
mean, they can't keep enough people believing at the minute. Flat Earth is fucked.
apparently they're doing something right.
Who?
Sadly.
Flat Earthers?
No, I mean in making people believe.
I don't think they're making anybody believe at the minute. They're going
People out there
backwards.
believing. There's Jehovah's Witnesses in the world, and they're fully faithful to that belief.
Are they flat earthers?
Oh, but yes, there's nothing to prove it.
Yeah,
Is anybody going after him?
Flat earthers can't explain the 2 points of rotation. And they never will. They can't. They've been trapped now at the minute. Will Duffy's absolutely wrecked flat earth. They've got nothing.
No, it's like Kenneth Copeland. He can't admit the truth. They can't admit it. They have to keep up the facade. As in facade. It's just like Trump knows for a fact that he's shitty at golf, but he keeps up the facade.
Wait,
By
what's the truth about Kenneth Copeland?
When you first buy the course, he plays it through, cheating as he goes, and that you can't beat that record because it's been cheated through.
There's a bit of a difference between playing a game and doing religion.
Not really, because he's actually kind of believes that he's the best.
So Kenneth Copeland
In his
thinks
own
he's the
mind.
best?
In his own mind. He
So
thinks
what's the
he's
truth
the one.
what's the truth that he's eluding?
That there's more to
Who's
life
this
than
guy?
himself.
I don't know who he is. Who?
Kenneth Copeland's a televangelist in America.
Oh, right.
Yo.
Flies
Not
in
know that
private jets and like millionaire Christian.
The one with crazy eyes.
Each one of those.
Yeah.
Each one of those. Each of those half a dozen or so jets is probably right around 50 million a piece. Give or take.
Doesn't matter. What's what's the truth that he's not admitting to?
I would think that money should have been used to help the people instead of dumping it into that.
It's God's
Gross and
work,
decent
though.
waste of cash. No, it's not. It's greed.
He says it's God's work.
You can lie, and apparently
I didn't
people
lie. I
believe
mean,
the lie.
are you saying he's a liar? Saying he's not doing God's work?
If God's work is scamming people out of their money and lying to people to get their money so you can buy luxury items, well, I guess scamming people out of their money must be God's work. I'm an atheist, but you know what I mean.
That's fine.
People believe people for no reason, for only reason of just they want to believe.
And they want to give them money for the information they put out.
Yeah, God might have told him he needed another jet.
He can't fly with the norms because there's too many demonic influences out there. You can't ride with just like anybody in an airplane. Come on.
I thought I was attempting to have a conversation.
I thought we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot I'm in a flat Earth server. Just trolling.
It's not a flat Earth
It's
server.
not a flat Earth server, mate.
Nobody here's flat Earth. Well, that I'm aware of anyway. It doesn't even matter. There's no such thing as a flat earther. Why would you even say that? The most
It just
illogical.
depends on how heavy it just depends on how heavy the safe was that fell on him, whether it's a flat earther or not.
There's no such thing as a flat earther.
Depends on how heavy the safe was.
He's going to say
No,
semantics.
A mile up would work.
No. It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a flat earther. It's the most ignorant grammatical mistake you can make.
Go on, take him on, God. Go on.
I'm laughing too hard to try.
At what?
Your own ignorance.
Incoherence in that. The incoherence in that.
Wait.
It's like-
What was
it's
it?
like
Wait.
trying to-
No, wait.
it's like
What
taking-
was?
no,
Wait.
no, it's like
Wait.
taking-
What was
You know, it's like
incoherent
taking
about?
50 random,
What was?
it's like taking
Stop.
50 random
What-
chain links, put them
What
together.
was No. What was? No, wait. No, you said incoherent. What was incoherent about what I just said?
Think it through. Trying to say that people can't have a belief in a situation.
That's not what I said.
thing.
That's not what I said.
Well, repeat
I
yourself.
said saying flat earther is the most grammatically ignorant thing you could say.
I didn't say the
You
word
said that was.
sane.
You said that was incoherent.
I never used the word sane. That's why I didn't understand what you're talking about then, because I didn't use the word sane.
Saying.
Saying.
Flat earther. Saying flat earther is the most grammatically incoherent or ignorant thing you could say.
Why? It's no different than saying Christian. That's incoherent too.
That's not what I said. You're not addressing at all what I said.
No,
you
I'm
said it
gonna
was
use the
incoherent. What was incoherent about me saying flat earther is the most grammatically ignorant thing you could say?
Because it's a descriptive of a person's position.
Do you
So
know
it's
what
exactly-
grammar? Do you know what grammar is, and do you know how grammar works?
The person believes in flat Earth. He thinks he's on Earth that's a disc or whatever.
I
He's a
said
flat earther.
grammar. I said grammar. As far as grammar goes, when you put the suffix er on a word, you're supposed to turn a verb into a noun. You can't turn a noun into a noun. It doesn't exist.
I needed to laugh.
So Nathan Oakley.
Especially after sitting here and looking at a $600 power transformer in ruins because it's shorted. I needed to laugh after that.
What was
Talking about?
Oh, I'm pissed off because I got a transformer I got to rebuild. It's going to take me all day tomorrow.
So you can't
That must
have
have
a
been
normal
God.
conversation with somebody. Yeah.
Do you understand the act of earthing? Can you know, like, you know what a farming is, don't you?
I go
That's why his
earthing every
transformer
day
blew
out
up.
in the yard when I'm doing up my garden.
Earth is a noun. Earth is a noun.
This is not Cuddles, is it? With a different voice.
Well, I'm not no cuddles, that's for fucking sure, whoever that is. I hear it.
You seem a bit upset about flat earthers for some reason.
Huh?
Did you seem a bit upset about flat earthers specifically?
I'm a moderator on a flat earth server. How could I be upset with flat earthers? It's actually fun.
Oh,
It's
so
fun
you
because
would recognize.
It's a nonsense.
You would recognize
So
a flat
obviously you're
earther. So
having
why did you?
Sorry.
You said this is a flat Earth channel, but you didn't. What made you think that?
I'm trying to be fucking smart ass fucking with you, Buster. Come on. Grow up. You know who I am. Both of you.
Sounds like turn up.
How you doing anyways? You don't remember me? I haven't been doing much VC in a while.
Oh, it's not that. What's his
Say, well,
name?
it's definitely not
The
me because
the
I'm right
photographer
here.
guy. Is it the photographer guy?
Adjust game control.
Somebody's calling on you on grammatical. Buster might be the grammatical.
I don't give a shit about
trolling for
grammar.
truth.
That's the problem.
Oh, in the live
Yeah.
chat. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's the issue?
I don't know. I think you said grammatical, and he's saying grammatically.
Grammatically. Oh, okay. Well,
whatever.
Grammatically incorrect, perhaps.
Grammatically.
Yeah.
Ignorant is what I was trying
What
to get at.
omniscience. Sorry.
I could
What
bring up a lot of
omniscience.
grammatically incorrect statements about that the world leader of the United States is say that's completely grammar incoherent, but why bother?
No, but the whole thing about this arena is globe Earth, flat Earth, and people wanting to call themselves flat Earthers, and then like you came here saying this is a flat Earth server, that we are all flat Earth. It's like no, that's not. It's no such
Fucking the
thing.
fuck out of you! Come on,
No,
Buster.
it's fine. That's fine.
Dear
It doesn't
Lord,
matter.
heaven's sakes.
Okay, fair enough. Like whatever. You're having a taking the piss, whatever. But this whole arena, there are people that are big names that call themselves, they label themselves flat earthers, and it's a nonsense. There's no such thing. It's grammatically incorrect.
Well, whatever. If you want bad grammar, I don't give a shit about the bad grammar.
Well, there's no act of earthing to become an earther. Is that
the act of bleeding into a noun?
Is a verb. We can argue about nouns till noon, but you know.
Doesn't in grammar
help.
You? Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you not think it would help if people knew what earthing was?
Do you not thinking? That's grammar of enough. Do you not thinking? That's a good one.
Yeah. Do you not think it would help if people knew what earthing was?
Well, last time I checked, the process of earthing a power supply is to connect the green with the yellow stripe to the chassis and then to a grounded source.
And that's what makes you an earther, right?
A power supply.
That act.
No, that's earthing a power supply, as in
Yeah,
it is
but
a
that
verb.
act makes you an earther, doesn't it?
I don't think that's right. I think it's just grounding.
No, it's called earthing it. Remember how old I am. I use old terms, boy.
Is that how your transformer blew up?
Oh God, are we gonna do this power play thing where you call people boys? Good God, man!
He's been learning off
Seriously?
Oakley. He's been learning off
Oakley. Oh my God!
Did you bring us some gift of the Holy Spirit, or have you drunk it all?
Well, it's a Canadian brew, that's for damn sure.
Now listen here, boy. Listen here, boy. I don't want to hear any more out of you, boy.
Why is it you think that the Earth is flat? Tell me.
Well,
we don't.
I can't even. I'm sorry.
Why do you think it's flat? I mean, you're a flat Earth mod, you said so. Tell us about your story.
Just because you have to operate a server to keep from getting it deleted doesn't make you believe in the nonsense. It just means you're trying to keep the place intact so they don't get deleted by stupid posts.
That's a bit of devotion to something, isn't it?
You just work for the
people
flat
do
earthers
have
and
to
keep
have
them
a-
safe.
People do have to have a
that's
landing
what it
spot, even if they're believing in total nonsense.
And somebody to keep a place tidy, I suppose. The nonsense.
So what they did
person.
is actually the owner literally made sure that my adminship is stronger than the other guys.
Well, but here's the thing: I don't get why don't people
lock
go
the
at them for
channels to
being.
states.
Why
And
don't
lock
people
the bots?
Why don't people go at them for having like this terrible grammar label that they take on?
Because I don't give a shit about grammar, honestly. Doesn't
Isn't
matter.
that part of like your fundamentals? Like, isn't that how you communicate with people?
Oh, in my case, I'm just mostly trying to keep the N's and K slurs out of the text channels. And out of the voice channel, if I happen to actually be in there and I hear it, they get mailed.
And you said ants
They
in
know it.
case? Who are the ants and what's the case?
Here's a problem. You seem to be switching words as you hear whatever I'm saying, not as what I'm saying.
What? Okay,
But
well then
that's
correct
you.
me if I didn't hear it right, then correct me.
I said keeping the N and the K slurs out of the text and voice chats.
In the case.
That's the job, aka moderator. There's a difference between a moderator, like what you got, and an admin. I do the admin part. I leave the actual idiots to themselves. The mods can mute them, the server mute them, and kick them from the channels. If I get a hold of them, they get banned from the server, and they know it.
How many people have you banned this week?
One.
All right. Was that serious or just that they asked a question?
Nope.
Was that your decision or it was handed down to you
Posting Nazi
for you
shit
to
in text
adjudicate?
is what did it. Nazi shit is why I did it. That's why he got banned.
Did the flat earthers tell you to ban him?
And you aren't allowed to post that image of Musk doing the salute on that server.
You're not allowed to post Musk doing the salute.
The Nazi salute.
I didn't know it was a Nazi salute.
If he says it was.
He is the moderator. So.
On that server.
Yeah.
So is that your? Are you bound by?
The reason I took the general classification that most do of what that is it does keep shit off the server. People think it's a Nazi salute. That's why they post it. That's why it's banned. Because they have the opinion that that's what it is. And most people do as well. I actually think it is as well. Especially if you could hear his voicings when he did it. And then he repeated it.
Are you bound by other people's rules, or are these ones they're your own personal ones sometimes?
I work on the Discord TOS with a few extra for restrict servers.
And how long do you reckon the Flat Earth server is going to stay up for? How long do you reckon you've got on that server?
Well, I've had it going now for 8 years.
Yeah, I know, but how much longer do you think it's got left now that, you know, Flat Earth
Slayer's
sort of
about
going, isn't it?
Most of the time, they aren't even talking about Flat Earth. It's just mostly now, a lot of them are just general server chats. So, doesn't mean there's a lot of Flat Earthers in there, or there's not a lot. Sorry, I'm tired.
Oh,
yeah,
there's
it's another
not.
fucking stream tonight. Sorry.
So maybe they talk about the position of women in society, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's all in how it's gotten through in the conversation. If they get, very, very...
You're not a moderator at politics, are you?
Fuck no.
Oh.
I left that server.
So, House of Plainer Walk?
I'm still on there, but don't moderate.
That's not. How many mods have you banned?
I kicked one.
In 8 years?
Yep.
Wow. Must have been pretty serious then, huh?
Yeah, it does. And yeah, there is rule bending, and then there's actual breaking the rules. And I am very lenient when I have to be.
Yeah, but if you've got the power, you can bend it as much as you like, can't you? Really?
Not in that negative way. No, I mean,
Well,
talk to
that's
the
been
guy.
my
Tell him, look,
experience.
you can't say that even if you accidentally, you get a few warnings before I will do it. But over and over again, I will eventually have to say no. Miss slips. That's too often.
What's the next play when Flat Earth is dead?
I don't know.
Politics.
Rename the server.
Bible.
Rename the server
Biblical.
Trumponomics. What do you think?
Well, what? Yeah, but that's you only got like what, a little over almost 4 years, 3+ years on that one. Like that's gonna, you have to. That's not gonna last very long. I mean, like, what's the longevity of these servers that you're running?
Well, it depends on if you can keep up with the noise and nonsense.
No money from
You're
the
still
truth,
here.
right? So the money's in the bullshit, innit?
No, it's just being able to get enough people to have conversations. Like here, there's always, every time I turn around, there's lots in here to chat with.
Isn't that what you said though earlier? There's no money in the truth, and that's why you've got a Flat Earth server, or do you moderate on the Flat Earth servers?
There's no money in a Flat Earth server either. It's just an entertaining hobby. It's like model railroads. There's no money making your model railroad.
And you say you're not a Flat Earther?
It'll still be there when I die. Going around the room, somebody walks in and turned it on.
And you're not a Flat Earther, and you're not making any money from it. It's just a hobby or a thing that you do where you admin for Flat Earthers. Without being a Flat Earther, you can't convince us that you're not a Flat Earther, that you're doing this out of
you got to remember though, I'm not like a MAGA.
For no money.
Just a minute though. I'm not like a MAGA. I can look up for other people.
Yeah, I know.
For free.
Yeah, for free, for a hobby, right? Just to look after Flat
I know
Earthers.
somebody ran a fucking business for 6 years. I know someone ran a business
like a
for 6
sheepdog
years with no paycheck.
like a sheepdog
Pro
hounded
bono.
up Flat Earthers, just for fun. No treats, no doggy biscuits, no nothing. Just
I see what
just for fun.
Now. You're trying to fucking rob me just because I happen to, enjoy servers.
Where is the money in Discord then? Where's the source of money? What produces money?
If you say anything about Discord, where they get the money is those super chats and shit on fucking YouTube or Patreon or all that crap. Think about it.
So not through Discord itself then,
Think about what's his name?
Maybe
what's
from
the name of that
scamming
one?
people, get in with get the women that are in there and get them to send
No,
their
think about
guys
it.
some money
I
or
know how
something.
you guys do it too. You guys wouldn't be so forceful if you weren't having some
forceful
enjoyment in it.
There's no monetary gain, I don't think, here.
No, but if there wasn't a reason to come in and have a chat, the chat would be dead. There wouldn't be 8 people in here having fun chatting.
So the money you're talking about is generated outside the Discord through YouTube and TikTok and Rumble and streaming services.
The big fucking chair gets money all the time. What's his face there? Fuck, I was a mod on that server for a while.
Nathan Oakley?
No,
Whitsit?
Matt. No, fuck.
Who?
Flatside.
Jaren.
You go on, huh?
Flatside.
I guess there's a lot of them, isn't there, that must have that monetization because you keep listing off and you still haven't hit the right one.
Flat Earth.
No.
No, the person I'm thinking of is actually a globe earther. But they also have
Neptune or Fight the Flat Earth.
Am I still on it? I'm on Team Skeptics server.
Is he still around?
Okay.
So
you're doing it. You're doing it as
Septic. He ran away when because we did challenge him, or he challenged me to a geometry debate, and I said yeah, and he's never but he's never backed that up for ages. Ask him about it. Ask him about that geometry debate that he said he wanted with Bev. That was quite a bit ago, that.
That was quite a bit ago.
I thought he left. What's he doing now? Don't know. Maybe not doing anything.
Obviously.
So it's good to see some of people with big hearts who are taking care of the flat earthers.
Yeah, I mean they need it.
Yes,
They're a danger to themselves. It's a good job there's people like you around. Do you advise them on ways to not answer questions about the 2 points of rotation? Or do you help them and advise them on ways to incorporate mountains into the flatness?
You must be rich. You're a server booster. Well, being a newbie. Interesting.
Ooh, checking the rolls.
Yeah, Ford Nitro.
server boosting only costs $10.
I'm broke. I'm always broke right now. Trade
You're a
wars
flat
really
earther.
happen to fuck up people's money. Trade wars have this issue with money.
That's because you're a flat earther. That's probably why.
You know, that shit don't work on me. It just makes me laugh harder because it's fun. You know why?
Why?
Misidentifying a person's fun, isn't it? Isn't it, honey?
What's misidentifying somebody?
Like
me
you
calling
did
you
at the
a Christian.
beginning as a joke, right?
It's like me calling you a Christian.
Why would you do that? Why would you call me a Christian?
To misidentify him?
I wouldn't call you a flat earther because it doesn't exist. I already explained that to you. Yeah.
You keep them safe anyway.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going
He's talked too much.
I'm going to put a tune on.
Right on.
If anybody does want to come into Discord, feel free. You can. We're open. All
Yeah,
the
but
time.
hurry up because God's in here at the moment. Might be able to get some questions answered.
God's in here.
I only.
I see you out on the street, a true magician with those cards up your sleeve. I know a trick when I see one. I know you better than you know yourself. So, when you do what you do, I can't be bothered cause I've seen it before. I know your MO and I'm telling you it's in your best interest to quit it now. Oh no. On the level, mind your P's and Q's. Don't say I didn't tell you so. On the level, mind your P's and Q's. Don't say I didn't tell you so. I see you out in the world, a full magician with no tricks up your sleeve. I know a trick when I see one. I know you better than you know yourself. So, when you do what you do, I can't be bothered cause I've seen it before. I know your MO and I'm telling you it's in your best interest to quit it. And now, on the level, mind your P's and Q's. Don't say I didn't tell you so. On the level, mind your P's and Q's. Don't say I didn't tell you so. I see you out in the world, yourself. So, when you do what you do, I can't be asked because it's nothing new. I know you're emo and I'm telling you, get the fuck out of here, we are through. On the level, mind your P's and Q's, don't say I didn't tell you so. On the level, mind your P's and Q's, don't say I didn't tell you so.